What's up, everybody? I'm giving Katie got the Karen Redneck going on, and right now with the whole situation, we can't really be doing we can't really be doing we can't really be doing them what do they call them where you pay the barber and all that. So all day long, all day. Looks like the signal's pretty crappy. So if you're watching us, let us know what you're seeing. Anyways, I'm giving her the Karen haircut, man. She's not happy. She gave me my haircut first, and I'm pretty sure, we still, oh yeah, we up late. So anyway, she gave me a haircut, and she pretty much butchered me. I'm not really happy with the quality and the signal we're getting here.
I did not butcher you.
You
decided to butcher me.
Let me see how good at least the audio is on this one. It's frozen here. It's getting a 2 a.m. bus cut off. I love, yeah. But, maybe I can get better signal up here. Let me try putting this over here. Let me see if I get better signal over here by the window because we're getting really bad signal. Let me see if we get better signal like this.
Probably.
House is a mess, y'all. Let me see if we get better signal like that because I'm not even getting audio off this snooze feed. So she butchered me pretty much. And then I was like, yo, you butchered me. Like, look at this. And then I was like, all right, so you butchered me, so I'm going to butcher you. So pretty much justice right there. But I don't know why there's nothing coming up on the live stream feed. Is it that bad? There we go. All right. Katie turned into Karen for real. She got that Karen. So turn around and face this way, baby. So they can see your face. There we go. She's crying. She's crying. Hey, with COVID, look, we can't go to the barber. Like, real, we can't really go to the barbershop right now. Right now, you can't really be going to no barbershop, so it is what it is. She's crying and everything. What, you crying? Okay, so let me get this straight. You were able to butcher my hair.
I didn't butcher you.
You totally butchered me.
You look great.
Look at this. So she butchered me, right? But I can't butcher her. Now she got like the Karen on one side, and then she got on the other side. She got like what's it called? That's all right, baby. Relax. So good. Relax. You know, she's crying for real though, but it is what it is. I mean, her hair was so matted. I mean, we're not doing with the whole COVID thing right now. We're not really doing anything. I'm not gonna go put her in a barbershop right now. So it is what it is. Damn, sure, it's not that bad. She said, "Chill, it ain't that bad." See, it ain't that bad. Now she told you it ain't that bad. It really ain't that bad. It's not as bad as what she had going on before, but she's really going through it right now. So, I mean, I'm trying my best. I'm not a barber, obviously.
I don't like having my hair cut, period.
Yeah, she doesn't. And this is too short, probably, but I mean,
I have it cut once a year.
Yeah. Anyways, with COVID right now, like, I'm not going to put her in a barbershop. And what we're going to do, she's been giving my haircuts for a while now. So now she says, bro, you could have watched, like, one YouTube video. I could have watched at least one YouTube video on how to give somebody a haircut. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But, I mean, I could have at least watched one YouTube video on it. Yeah. I mean, I could have, you're right. Like, I really could have, but it is what it is at this point. I mean, the good thing is, it'll grow back. It'll grow back. That's what I'm telling her, you know? Like, she butchered me, and I'm like, Katie, you're butchering me. She's like, it's all right, don't worry. I'm like, all right, it's all right. We're going to see how you like getting butchered. Apparently not too much. So when you give me a haircut next time, you'll be more considerate? Yeah?
I'm always considerate.
Oh, you are not, because you consider how your own time about how quick you can cut my hair. I mean, it is what it is. Try not to move too much, baby. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not a barber, but it is what it is. And it's COVID, baby. Everybody's got to be a barber. Like, you have no idea how badly matted your hair is. Like, you really can't be mad at me for how bad your hair is. You know what I mean? Like, don't be mad at the barber. Be mad at the barb. You know what I mean? You do what you're doing, Redneck Karen. I mean, let me show you guys. No, I'm not even going to show you guys. I don't want her to cry. But we're giving Katie the redneck Karen is what I call this thing. It's like a Karen, but it's like an Alabama Karen. It's not really like a city Karen would have gone to the barber shop and just had a real barber do this. You know what I mean? Like she's getting the Alabama Karen. It's definitely not as glorious. What she say, baby? You know, what she say?
I'm going to the barber tomorrow. It's a guy. I'm less worried about COVID than spending my hard-earned money. By the way, I haven't had a haircut in like 3 months.
Yeah. How long has it been since you had a haircut?
T-Can says Karen from Kentucky.
Kentucky Karen. Hey, actually, Kentucky, they got some. Kentucky's not as bad as people like from. It's not as backwards as like Alabama. That's for a fact. You think so, babe? Alabama is really backwards. Supposedly Arkansas is supposed to be worse. I'm like, how is it like worse than Alabama possible? Supposedly.
I want to go to Arkansas.
I'll cut off with her. Arkansas, I hear it's more backwards than Alabama. I'm like, how is that even possible? But it is apparently. I mean, it's actually possible to be more backwards than Alabama, apparently, because that's what they say about Arkansas. They say that Arkansas is actually worse than Alabama. I'm like, I don't believe that's even possible, but apparently, allegedly, it is. It's actually worse than Alabama, if you could wrap your head around that. It's actually more backwards in Arkansas than Alabama. That's crazy stuff right there. But I do want to see Arkansas. I mean, they said the eastern side of Arkansas is the worst part, so that's the side we're closest to. So, my bad, bro. My bad. I still love you no matter what you look like.
Oh,
I still love you.
You know you're gonna have to pay for this, right?
Alright, so I'm gonna have to go shorter on this side to match it up with the monstrosity I did on this side. Now you know how I feel though, right? When you give me a messed up haircut and you act like it's cool. Right? Now you know how I feel. When you give me like one of those
Hurts so bad.
What hurts?
The hair.
How's your hair hurt from pulling on it?
No, like on my shirt.
Oh, it itches? You think it itches or what?
It just gives me a weird feeling. It's not itchy. It's just like.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I did it. I mean, that's. That's what you're supposed to do during COVID, man. This is the whole world is you know, we're out in the woods. We're out in acre land. We got space. I mean, we don't have nobody near us or anything, so we can't really complain about our COVID situation. I mean, let's not act like I didn't get butchered.
You didn't get butchered. You look fine.
This thing right here. Okay, so what? You know what? This is what you're supposed to do during COVID. You're supposed to learn how to cut your own hair. I mean, whatever the challenge is, I'm rising to the occasion. That's all. I look at it as, or I'm rising to the occasion. You know what I'm saying? Or the occasion has risen to me. Either way, something has risen, and something has fallen.
Sounds like revenge is risen.
Revenge haircuts. Yeah, this is a revenge haircut right here. I'm trying my best, though. That's, if anything could console you, is that I really am trying. I mean, I really am trying for you. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to do whatever it is I'm doing. I'm trying to do something here. My bad, dog. Oh man, hey, isn't this what you're supposed to be doing during COVID? You're supposed to be doing your own haircuts, aren't you? How you feel though? Somebody tell her she looks pretty. Somebody tell her she looks pretty. You look pretty. Pretty messed up. Oh, I can't believe you let me do this to you. Oh.
I didn't have a choice.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm making it live chat.
Why is it? It's not a live shot?
It's top chat.
What's a top shot?
Live chat, everybody comes through. Only the top commenters go through for top.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, sister. I mean, somebody tell Katie she's beautiful no matter what. I think she needs to hear that from somebody other than me. She looks beautiful no matter what. A woman is always beautiful no matter what. Unless she gets a haircut from me, then she don't look like. Oh man, I am sorry, babe. I really am trying for you right here. Look up. Look up. Snap. Oh man, I'm gonna have to take these out because I took it out on the other side, so like, you're already like, gotta just at least make it look even. Okay. And I thought I did a good job on that side, but then I got to this side, I was like, ugh, I'm gonna have to keep cutting that. And eventually it'll look even. I'm actually gonna, I love you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this bad haircut ain't gonna get in the way of me loving you. I love you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, a bad haircut, I'm still gonna love you no matter what. Look at her facial expressions. Like, I'm still gonna love you no matter what. Like,
Oh my gosh, it's shorter than this side.
it is, but I gotta even it up now. We're gonna have to.
Okay.
The other side's short, so if that other side's short, this side's gotta be short. That's just.
This is shorter than this side.
Huh? This side's already. I know it's short, but then like. I know this side's already shorter, but the thing is like this hair here.
I'm gonna end up with haircut like my sister.
A buzz.
That's not buzz. It's just really short.
It ain't my fault your head's round.
I have a different head shape than she had.
Alright, so I just gotta figure out how low I gotta bring down this side now to at least make it even. You know what I mean? At least make it even. We got 17 people watching.
I don't have a feeling you're gonna like cut it down to like nothing.
No, I'm not gonna do it to you. Hey, even if you look like Karen, I still love you. Even if you look like Karen, I still love you, baby. Come on. You know it's all love. The thing is, like, back here, like, you got this matted out hair that just keeps trying to, like, pop back up. And I don't want to cut more of it off. You do have some hair underneath it, but it's like a whole different tone of color. So I'm not trying to... I don't know what to do to you, man. You got that Kentucky hair. It's not my fault you got Kentucky hair. Look over here. Look straight. Stand up for a minute. How about you stand up? Stand up for a minute. There you go. It actually ain't that bad when you stand up. It actually ain't that bad when you stand up. It actually ain't that bad. Doesn't that just sound reaffirming? It actually ain't that bad.
This sounds so scary.
It actually ain't that bad.
You say ain't that bad, and it keeps getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah, it's gonna have to get shorter just to bring it back to you. You got the start up Karen, though. Like, that's the Karen, like, for real. Oh, snap. Oh, man. I did not know being a barber could be this fun. I think the barbers have more fun making.
Oh, this comment from Elizabeth. Katie, you're beautiful. Take sister away from her.
Don't let him touch that. All right, though. Hold on. All right, let me get in here. Katie's beautiful. No matter what I do to you, Katie, you still beautiful.
Stop cutting her right size and focus on the left side for a bit.
It's like the more I try, the worse it gets. It ain't gonna be perfect. It really ain't. I can't go any shorter than that. So that's what you got out of life right there. That's all you're gonna get out of life, really. I will say that I appreciate what a barber does more now than before. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize how hard it was to cut people's hair. I thought you could just cut somebody's hair and that's it. Like, I didn't realize that you actually had to know what you're doing and all that. You know what I mean? Like, I thought you could just go and cut somebody's hair and that's it. They really got a profession going on. Like, maybe they go to school and everything. They go to school for this, don't they?
Yes.
Oh, man. So, they actually go to school. I can't believe how good the signal is. Like, our house is a mess right now, so my bad on that. Get a little bit closer to the camera so I can see what's going on. To your head. Oh snap, man! So it's all good. It's all good. It can't get any worse than this. That's a fact. Like I knew I was gonna butcher you. I didn't think I was gonna butcher you this much. Like I had low expectations for this haircut, but I didn't know there was gonna be this low. It's like that T-Pain song, "Get low, low, low." You know what I mean? It's T-Pain, right? Yeah, I'm over. Stop cutting her right side. Focus on her left side. All right, so let me look at me. Look at me straight, woman. Why you look so mad, bro? Look happy. Like I'm giving you a haircut and you look mad. It's just gonna enhance that Karen look. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I gotta come off a little bit on this side. This side's too short, so I gotta go like just a little bit shorter. All right, so I don't want to go too short because you got that Karen look right there. She's like just gonna kill me. Look at her. Like this is the most unsettling feeling I've ever got off of Katie. We've been married for 10 years. Tell me how long we've been married.
11 and a half years.
Jose, neighbors tomorrow. How do y'all get black? Yo, all right, so I've been married to Katie for how long?
11 years.
11 years, and I have never, ever felt this unsettled by Katie. Like, I've never felt like I could get back at 3 in the morning from a fishing trip, and I wouldn't feel this unsettling. This is definitely the most unsettling experience I have ever had right here. Like, I felt uncomfortable around Katie before, but this right here, in 11 years of marriage, I've never felt like...
T-Ken says don't go to sleep.
Don't go to sleep, yo. They just poking out the back.
What are you doing to me?
He's like poking out the back. Relax, man. You're on live. It's all good. It'll grow back.
Trim this.
I will. Relax. That's what I'm working on. It'll grow back. I promise you, this will grow back. This will grow back.
Eventually
it'll grow back. That's what I'm saying. Eventually it's going to grow back anyways. All right, so just chill, all right? Like I said, eventually it will grow back. And I feel the same way. I feel that eventually it will grow back too. Like, we share common thoughts and stuff. You know what I mean? Like you think it's going to grow back, and I think it's going to... That's common ground, right? We shouldn't be fighting. We got so much in common. You know, like, you think it's going to grow back, and I think it's going to grow back. You know what I'm saying? Like, we both think it's going to grow back. You know? I don't know what's better, to get COVID or to get a haircut from me. Hey, do y'all rather get COVID or y'all rather get a haircut from me? Don't go to sleep. Hey, this side actually came out pretty messed up. Alright, I just gotta get this hair up underneath it. You got like different layers of this stuff, man. It grows in layers, you know what I'm saying? Like, it grows around your ears and stuff in layers and stuff. Like, there it is. Stay still.
She's giving you instructions.
We're getting instructions on how to do this. All right, what did they say?
I can't read it.
Oh, I'll read it.
I literally can't see without my glasses.
It's all good. What'd you say? When you use a comb and pull the hair straight down when it's wet, it should be good. Oh, that's the thing. Your hair's not wet. Let's get your hair wet.
No.
It's dry. It's too dry.
Finish what you're doing.
This thing just like pops out.
At this point, finish what you're doing.
All right. Because if I get it wet, it'll be more flexible.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. It's too dry.
Yeah.
It's not even my fault. It's the hair's fault.
Ow!
Hey, relax, man. You never been to prison? They stabbing people all the time in prison. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on. Let's finish this. Stop playing around. I don't want to be here all day. They stab people all the time.
Not that side anymore.
Okay, you want it to look straight?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you're not the barber. You've done this. How many times have you given me haircuts? How many times have you given me a haircut, Katie? How many times have you given me a haircut? Right? Mm-hmm. Hundreds, right? And I'm not always satisfied, am I? Am I? Always satisfied with your haircuts, Captain?
This side is still longer than this side.
Hmm? Yeah, but it's got to at least be straight, man. At least it's got to be straight. At it has to at least be straight, baby. At the very least, it has to be straight line. This thing's like popping out and everything. You can see it on the camera, like just popping out at you.
He wants to return it. We're not getting anything.
Return, what are we gonna return?
Trail camera.
It's garbage. That Moultrie trail camera from Walmart, pure garbage. Don't recommend it to anyone. It's garbage. The Moultrie trail camera, it hasn't picked up a single thing. Here's the memory card. Right now, even the memory card's right here. It's not even out, but it's the worst trail camera I've ever bought, man. Well, it's the only trail camera, but I watch people upload trail camera videos. It's garbage. The last time I set it out, it didn't even record me picking it up or setting it out, and it was on. I was trying to return it, but I couldn't find the receipt or the box. Okay, look at me. You look mad, bro. Hey, man, look at all the positive things in life. Think about all the positive things in life. You have a husband. A lot of women are single, right? You got a husband. You don't have a job, but you don't need a job. Some people don't have a job right now. You don't even need a job. I mean, some people are talking about they ain't got one. You don't even need one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even need a job, bro. Like, think about all the good, sweet, beautiful, positive things in your life. All right, and then don't think about this haircut too much. You know what I mean? Like, think about all the good, beautiful things you got going on in your life. You're not in prison. Some people in prison right now. They gotta eat some garbage food. You got a house full of food. You got a husband. You got a Yukon. You got a haircut. And life is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta focus on all the negativity in life. Stay still. You don't gotta focus on all. That's the thing. You focus on all the negative things in life, man. I don't want you to focus on anything negative. I don't want you to focus on anything negative. This is the closest I've gone to dying, by the way. You know, like, this is the closest I've ever been to losing my life right here. Definitely, this is the closest I've come to losing my life. I think the problem is you got like a layer of hair back here that's just like, you got a lot of hair in the back and it just keeps popping out. You can put that in a ponytail or something, right?
No.
Alright.
I could put it in the poodle noodle.
Try a poodle noodle real quick. You look like an outlaw. Oh, man. Alright, man. My bad, bro. Like, for real. It still ain't that bad. You look beautiful no matter what. I love you. Look at how beautiful you are. It don't even matter what your hair look like. You're still beautiful. You're a beautiful woman. You got green eyes that are like emeralds. You know what I mean? Ow! Ow. So it don't even matter what where your hair looks like. You're a beautiful woman all the way around. Like, your hair is only a small percentage.
Jose should sleep in the car. Oh yeah, you thought the hood was bad. Just wait.
Just wait till you have to sleep in the woods. You thought the hood was bad. Wait till you have to sleep in the woods.
They say you should sleep in the car tonight.
This is so bad.
And they're like laughing.
Oh,
and
man.
we are at 23.
People watching? People laughing?
Yeah.
Oh, man. We'll go back there. Don't worry. Actually, I've seen you get worse haircuts than this in Naples.
Yeah, the
Believe it or not,
last
I
one,
really have.
the last year was so bad.
All right, get it wet for me, though.
Oh my god.
Get it wet for me, though. Can you do that? Go to the sink and get it wet for me. Get it wet for me in the sink, right there. Get it wet. You want me to go to the bathroom? Go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It actually ain't that bad. Actually, I put so much effort into it. It actually ain't that bad. So, anyways, guys, what are y'all up to? We got 22 people watching. I got a haircut from her, too, but apparently a woman's hair... You're crying? I like like it. It's better than the ones you got in Naples. Get it wet. You're not crying, are you? Get it wet. Get it wet, baby. There you go. Get it wet. Now she get that bad, bro. Get it wet. You gotta cut down on all that. Hey, but for real, y'all. For real. She's crying in the bathroom. But for real, I guess a woman's hair is much more important than a man's hair. And with this whole COVID thing going on, we ain't doing the barbershops. I mean, it is crazy out there. I mean, I got a haircut too, and can you always do a retouch cut? Hey, baby, turn the heater off when you get a chance, all right? She's crying in the bathroom. Yes, she's crying in the bathroom. She is. But hey, I'm gonna be honest. One thing I do think here now, I hope they're better in Alabama. Man, you get some hair. Don't worry about the mess in the house. We've been too busy. I mean, we're giving each other haircuts this late at night. I'll let you know how busy we've been. So with getting haircuts this late at night, I'll let you know. You guys want to see me play the banjo? All right, check this out, man. I'm learning how to play the banjo. Okay, what? Get that banjo. Yeah, buddy. Show you about how to play that banjo real quick. I've been practicing the banjo real quick. I got my banjo. I've been practicing the banjo. Show y'all real quick how this goes down. I'm just learning how to play it. I mean, it's a banjo. I mean, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just learning how to play this thing. I'm just learning how to play this thing. It looks like a He-Man. Alright. There you go. It looks good. It looks good.
Is that Jigsaw?
No, for real? I don't think so. Is that really Jigsaw?
Oh my gosh, she looks like He-Man. It says Jigs Jig.
No, that's not Jigsaw. Jigs. No, that's Jigs. Hey, bro, no disrespect my women, bro. You disrespect my women, me and you, we got to throw them hands, bro. We're going to have to throw them YouTube hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be disrespecting my woman like that, bro. I mean, we go at it right now. I mean, we go out. We can meet in the chat room or something. You know what I mean? I think Katie can play a little bit better, bro. Yeah. Hey, you gave her a haircut. Hey, bro, it's COVID time, bro. Man, times is difficult right now, for real. It's COVID time. It really is, you know. Hey, by the way, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It's not that bad, baby. It really ain't that bad. I mean, the house is an absolute mess right now. We're giving each other haircuts. We got too much going on up in here. Like, way too much.
Yeah.
You know. But it ain't that bad, really. It really ain't that bad. Now that it's wet, it might be actually easier to... See, now that it's wet, it's so much easier to just take care of the situation. I can actually see the ones that are all messed up and just kind of go with those. There we go. Oh, this makes it so much... Thank you to whoever said get her hair wet. This really makes it easier. Oh, yeah, but it ain't that bad. It really ain't. I've seen worse haircuts than this that you've got in Naples before. That's the one thing about Naples, Florida, man. You cannot get a good barber in the 239, bro. You get a good barber like in Tampa or... I mean, I'm not going to cut too much in the front off unless you want me to.
One of the best haircuts you had was in Golden Gate City.
Golden Gate City, yeah. You got to get the Spanish people.
Yeah.
Latinos. You got to get with the Spanish people or the black people in the hood, man. Naples,
Yeah.
them old people in Naples, man, they're horrible barbers, man. Really, like, for real, horrible barbers. Them old people in Florida. I can never get a decent haircut. And you know how hard it is to go to Golden Gate City just to get a haircut? The Mexicans were pretty good, but they went out of business. Remember the Mexicans?
Yeah.
They actually weren't that bad. The Mexicans in Bonita?
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't too bad. The Mexicans in Bonita weren't all that bad. Remember the one that went out of business?
Yeah.
By the taco place? They were actually pretty good.
Which taco place? Oh.
Taco Banjo. Remember those guys?
Yeah.
But there was just a bunch of kids, man. That was like destined to fail because there was just a bunch of little kids. Like they weren't really ever gonna be like. But they were good though. They were actually trying. You know what I mean? Like that's the one thing about Southwest Florida is you cannot get a good haircut in Southwest Florida. Anybody live in Southwest Florida, you know what I'm talking about. It is hard to get a good haircut in Southwest Florida.
They say comb my hair first.
Comb it first. It ain't that bad, baby. It really ain't. Especially now that it's wet.
You're going to make it uneven.
Alright, whatever. We'll leave it as is. Let me, it is what it is. You got a bunch right here coming out that's dry. Right up in there. But it is what it is. I mean, hey, it's COVID time, so you got a unique haircut. That's all you gotta tell people, man. I got a unique barber. I mean, you think about all the people in the world, and you're the only one that's got their hair cut by me. That's a special opportunity that you can't pass up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. A lot of people will see a haircut like this and be like, man, he'll say you butchered her, right? But the way I look at it is, how many people have the opportunity to have a unique, you know what I'm saying, like a unique style of hair, you know what I mean?
Don't stab me with that.
You know, like most people will see this haircut and be like, man, you butchered her, right? But the way I look at it is, this is a unique opportunity to have custom work done, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Jose.
Yeah.
Focus.
All right. This is a unique opportunity to have real special work done to you. You know, like special quality, like Karen, like it's good to be a Karen. Like that's a style, right? Everybody's a Karen right now. Even Donald Trump got the Karen haircut. Look, this dude a salesman for bad hair. I'm telling you, man. Like, look, this is a unique opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like to have somebody. You know, these hands is fresh, brand spanking new hands.
Jose, focus on the haircut.
Yo, see, my customers, they know they're getting something special. You see this? This is what I'm talking about right here. Like, we should do like a live stream where our people come in. I cut hair. You know what I mean? For free. I mean, there's no way.
Focus on my haircut.
I mean, there's no way nobody's gonna pay me, and it's free. It's free, bro. It's free. Not only do I give haircut, man, I'm massaging your hair while I'm doing it. I'm giving you marital advice while I'm doing it. Huh?
Are we done here?
I'm taking my time. Hey, I'm a professional, okay? You can't be rushing me. A professional hairstylist is going to take his time to make sure that his final work is a quality work. You know what I mean? So, like, this you can't do this. If you're in a rush, you're going to have to find a different barber if you're in a rush. Because I'm a skilled barber, you know, I'm gonna take my time.
You ain't skilled?
No, because you know, if I rush, then it's not gonna come out the way it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta relax. This is the type of thing that takes time.
My hair lays the way it lays that day.
Yeah, it ain't my fault. Can't blame me. Look what I got to work with.
But we can fix the part. Here, I'll fix my part.
Fix what?
My part.
What's a part?
You see this line?
Okay, fix that. Yeah, you get in there. Fix that. See, it ain't my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like. Every customer's got a different size head, different shape head, so you can't really blame me for the condition. That's a pre-existing condition. That's like when you go to the doctor and you say, doctor, this hurt and that hurt, and the doctor, I'm going to prescribe you some medicines, I'm going to describe you some medicines, but this is a pre-existing condition, so I can only describe you so much medicine because you got a condition on your head, you know, so like with a pre-existing condition like her head, you can't really be mad at the barber. I mean, you know, don't shoot the messenger, shoot the bird. Is that what it is? Was it? Don't shoot the bird, shoot the messenger. That's what you shoot the messenger, you know? Or don't shoot nobody at all. You shouldn't be shooting people. Back in the day, you'd be a snake oil seller. Yeah, I'll be selling people snake oil and everything. Hey, let me show you how we do it here in Alabama. Don't think we live in bad in Alabama. I'm Florida people. You're going back to Florida. That right there, that's my business license on my refrigerator. But let me just show y'all how we live in Alabama. This is MTV Cribs. This is your big boy Jose. I'm gonna show you how we're living in Alabama. First of all, we got a hair studio inside our house. You turn off the heater?
I didn't touch.
It's hot in here. I'm not turning the heater off, bro.
You've been complaining all day how it's cold.
It's on, bro. You got the heater on. Alright, so let me give y'all a tour to show y'all how we're living in Alabama. A lot of people say, you know, I'm gonna give y'all a real tour, show you how we're living. Y'all ready to see how we're living? Hit the like button, y'all. I want to see everybody hit the like button. We gotta get.
I got hair all over. Please finish so I can get comfortable.
A mí no me estás agitando. Bro, you're straight. Go take a shower.
I'm done?
I think you're done. I don't know. You really want me to keep going at it?
Is it done?
You're alright, man. It's not that bad. You look beautiful.
Okay.
You look handsome. You're not supposed to say that to a woman?
That's creepy.
That's creepy. Look, I'm gonna give you one more cut. Where's your scissors at?
Yeah.
These wet. I cut somebody up. You know what I mean? Like when I cut you, you're gonna be afraid of having me cut you. You know what I mean? You ask around my hood, and ain't nobody want to get cut by me. I'll cut you up. I really will.
Jose?
Yeah. This side's too long. Let me just. This little thing right here. This right here, the little poop looking thing. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Alright, you straight, man. You straight. It's free. It's on me. It's on me. Where's your shirt?
You owe me tomorrow.
It's on me. Well, I owe you what? You owe me a haircut. What do you mean I owe you tomorrow? You owe me a haircut. Hey, you gotta clean this up before you go take a shower. Sweep this up. You ain't gonna leave all this. Hey, you ain't gonna leave all this hair on my kitchen floor, bro. Hey, get over here.
You cleaned it.
I ain't cleaning this up. I'm on a live stream. What you mean clean this up? Hey. I see how it is. I give you a haircut, and then she's trying to get a free haircut. That's the thing, you know what I mean? Like, they never satisfied. Let me show y'all how we live in Alabama. People back in Florida say, you ain't living right in Alabama. Jose ain't living right. Let me show you how we live in Alabama. I'm gonna give you the MTV tour of my crib, and y'all please hit the like button. When will he owe? What will he owe for that? She's probably gonna want to go on a road trip, but. See, she thinks we're going on a road trip tomorrow. She wants to go to Tuscaloosa. She's been dying for Jose to take her to Tuscaloosa, so she's been trying to, like, get me to take her to Tuscaloosa. But Jose's a businessman. I ain't worried about what a woman want to do, and ain't no woman going to tell me what. I'm my own man. I'll do my own thing. Barbers clean up after the haircut. True that. But it's a special, it's not every day you get to get a haircut by me, so she should show a little bit of gratitude. But it's all right. I mean, I understand. You know, I get it. Let me show you how we're living in Alabama. All right. Let me show you how we live in Alabama. First of all, we're living good in Alabama. All right. I ain't drinking old cheap stuff, man. We're drinking good stuff, man. Look, Patron. You see that? We're drinking good stuff in Alabama. I was sober when I gave her her haircut. We're living good in Alabama. We're living good in Alabama. We're living good. Remember that. And on my pancakes, what do y'all be putting on your? What do y'all put on your pancakes? What do you put on your pancakes? Some syrup, some Angel Mama or something like that, or some, I don't know, some Hungry Jack Man or something. Drink whiskey from Tennessee. I want to get some Barbering from Haiti, but they don't sell it here in Alabama. So when I go back to Florida, I'm gonna hit up the liquor store. I'm gonna get me some Barbering from Haiti. That's really the best rum you can get. All right, I don't know why I'm talking like a trashy hood rat person, but I am. So what do you put on your pancakes in the morning? Pure honey from Electric, Alabama. And no, it's not electric. Learn how to read. It's electric. Now I'm thinking the origin of this name is electric, but they spelt it wrong. So now it's Electric, Alabama. Pure honey. That's what I put on my pancakes. I don't put no processed anything. I mean, I'm talking pure Alabama honey on my pancakes. That's how we're living, man. Life is good in Alabama. We're doing all right. Apple syrup. Now, I got some other types of syrups over there I put in the pancakes, too. I can't believe I got signal inside the house. So, this is the haircut this is the haircut she gave me. Everybody is concerned about Katie's hair. About my hair. None of y'all concerned about me. See, y'all messed up. I put all these hours into this YouTube channel. Y'all worried about what her hair look like. What about my hair? None of y'all worried about my hair. So I can't mess up her hair, but she can mess up my hair. That ain't right. We talk about equality of the races and all that. What about the female race? How they worried about their hair, and then we ain't worried about my hair. Nobody cares about what my hair looks like. She gave you a good buzz cut. Man, you lying. Don't come up here and lie. First you was trying to start some stuff. Now you over here lying saying she gave me a good cut. Looks good. Y'all lying. Why y'all always gotta take Katie's sides on arguments? Why? Why nobody wanna say, man, Jose, you right. Katie giving you a hard time. Not worried? I think you said I'm not warmed. Man, I don't take the warmers. I mean, I'm good. Nobody cares about my hair. Nobody cares about me getting cut up bad. But y'all worried about her. That ain't right. Jarhead. Hey, you right. Katie giving you a hard. Yeah, she giving me a hard time for no reason. I mean, look at this thing. I can't go I can't walk into a bodega in Harlem, in the Spanish Harlem, be like, oh, que vuelta, mi hermano, que vuelta. They're like, bro, que clase, que te hicieron la cabeza, sere. I can't even walk into a coffee shop in Miami. If I walk into a coffee shop in Miami with this haircut, I'm like, oye, bro, te acabaron la cabeza, sere. You know, that's what they're going to say. They're going to say, te acabaron la cabeza, sere. Katie got you looking like Brad Pitt. She got me looking like that Ken doll. Mm-hmm. Check it out. Let me show you how we live in Alabama. By the way, I am on that medicine, and it is helping my stomach. I'm doing a little bit better with my medicine, but it's not just the medication. It's also the diet. I'm a fat-looking son of a bastard, and because I don't take care of my health, I have had some health issues, and what I've had to do is change my diet. I was eating steaks and filet mignons and bison ribs and all that good stuff. And the doctor's like, Jose, I'm a doctor and I can't afford that. I'll tell you, the difference between going to a doctor in Florida, I'm going to tell you, this is Alabama, Florida thing. It's a whole different world. I know we're just like a state away, but trust me, Alabama and Florida are two totally different worlds. It's not even the same planet, man. I'm telling you, these two states are different. I hate to say it, I agree. Lower your intake, less salt, more greens. Exactly. So, Florida and Alabama are two totally different planets, man. I'm telling you, this ain't the same worlds out here, okay? My computer share is normally it's over here, but like we had to push it out of the way for the haircut day. So no, we don't keep a computer share in the kitchen. So it's all about diet. Even the doctor was like, Jose, like in Florida, okay, here's the difference between Florida. And if I couldn't afford a doctor in Florida, I can afford one now in Alabama. I just went to an emergency stay, and I think the grand total was less than $400 for an entire hospital stay. Back in Florida, a hospital stay would be something like $8,000, $7,000 for a hospital stay. And my doctor, my specialist, was an $80 visit. Back in Florida, specialists, if you don't have insurance, they won't take you, period. The specialist actually took me in Florida. Like, I've been sick in Florida, and you go to the emergency room, they send you to a specialist. The specialist is like, you don't have insurance? We don't want to see you. You're not a rich old person. We don't want to see you. So the visit was actually $400 for that hospital stay that I had. And I got my prescriptions, and I'm actually doing a whole lot better. But it's not, I need the medicines. Without the medicines, I'm dead. But with the medicines, even, it's all about how I eat. I have to eliminate beef and all that stuff and eat a little bit lighter. My body, I've abused it over the years, and now I got to pay the price. And if you're abusing your body right now, believe me, you will pay the price. When I was young, I knew I was eating wrong. I knew what I was eating was wrong. I knew I wasn't following a diet. I knew I had no discipline. And by the way, the alcohol, I'm not supposed to be drinking alcohol. That is like the rum. I put it in my mouth in the morning as a mouthwash. Not the silver. The silver, that's if I'm at night, if I'm having a good time outside, I'll take a sip or two. I guarantee you guys, when I do a live stream again, ask me. Look at where it's at. Look at where it's at. Look. And you guys saw the live stream where I was chilling. I was hanging out with the guy that was drinking outside. Remember the live stream I did with the neighbor? Look at where that's at right now. Okay? About that much of it has been just for mouthwash. And then there was the guy that was outside. I gave him so he could try it. But you ask me a month from now how this bottle's looking, and it might be to here or something. I'm not a big on drinking. Um, I can't drink. Actually, with my new diet, I can't drink even if I want to. So, it's just with that, I do have discipline. Always been sober person. Unfortunately, not everybody can do that. Okay, but I'm a sober person. I try to stay sober. I live in London. Okay, well, welcome on board, man. You're way on the other side of the road. I travel out to Florida a lot, like 2 or 3 times a year. That's cool, man. That's awesome. So you go from London to Miami and Florida. Doctors out there just want the money. They'll put you on pills because they earn more money. Exactly. It's a very disappointing system. But I do find I'm getting better healthcare here in Alabama and a more affordable, not just the affordability, but also the quality of it. I mean, undoubtedly, Florida has its issues with that. It's not they don't want poor people in Florida. I gotta end up in a place like that's Alabama is for poor people. You're not Alabama, I'm poor. Okay, we understand you're poor. Let's work with you. But Florida is not a place. They're not. They don't want it to be a place for poor people. I mean, it's wrong. It really is. Unless you got money, then that's a whole different story. If I had money, I sure wouldn't be here in Alabama. I'll tell you that right now. Katie will tell you something different. But she's not the one that's got to go out there and get it. I'm out there getting it. We have to be sober when Jesus come back. That's another thing about people out here. Like, there's actually a video on the internet. I don't know if you guys watch A&E. A&E did a 60-day prison special. And there was this police officer. He was a sheriff. And they entrusted him with a prison in Wickox County. I can't remember what it's called. Basically, it's for Gadsden, Alabama. I think it's called Wickox County. No, that's not what it is. It's a county where Gadsden, Alabama is in. So this sheriff was on A&E on TV. He's taking care of his prison and he's doing his thing on A&E, talking about how he's the best sheriff they've ever had and all that. And the introduction, I kid you not, the introduction to A&E was, oh, we're in Alabama, we're a Christian place, and we're conservative. Etowah County, thank you so much. Etowah County, yes. Etowah County, that's where Gadsden sits. So, Etowah County ends up on this A&E special about prison, 60-day prison break. You saw it. All right, cool. I'm glad you guys saw that. So that's a little bit north of here. I have not been to Gadsden. It's on my very recent to-do list. I'm getting to Gadsden soon. I'm getting to Tuscaloosa soon. They're just to the north of me. We've been doing a lot. Are you guys impressed with how much I've been doing? I mean, we've been here for 4 months. Have you guys seen how many different places? Like, each one of these places is 100 mile, 50 mile, 70 mile. We've done a lot in the last 4 months since we got to Alabama. We did Kentucky. We've done Birmingham a few times. We've done Nashville. Are you guys impressed with how much work I'm putting into this YouTube channel? I hope you are. I know the views are not incredibly high right now, but we are putting work. Anyways, this is the sheriff for Etowah County, which is the city of Gadsden, basically. It's between Atlanta and Birmingham. Basically, here's Birmingham, here's Atlanta. It's like right in the middle between Birmingham and Atlanta. Super. So this sheriff, right? When he introduced himself to A&E, his introduction was something like, and I'm quoting it, roughly. He said something like, "Well, here in Alabama, we're Christian and we're conservative, and we go to church on Sunday, and we're just holy, clean, wholesome people." That was his introduction to the A&E show. Talk about we're Christian, we go to church on Sunday, and we're all this blah blah blah. That's the same package I got when I moved to my county in Alabama. We're all Christian, we're all blah blah blah. But okay, the reality now, that's what he said. That's the front he put up. We're here in Etowah County, we're all Christians, we go to church on Sunday, and we're all a bunch of good, wholesome Southern people, and all that. That's the front he puts up. The reality of it was that check this out. He was not feeding the inmates. And the money that used to go to feeding the inmates, he used the money, okay? So there was a misappropriation of $750,000. I guess they audited him or something or whatever, and the sheriff is missing $750,000 from the food that is for the inmates in that county. He bought a $740,000 house on the beach in Gulf Shores. Then they interview him. They put him on a press conference, and the reporter says, "Mister, you took out $750,000 missing from the prison system. You bought a $740,000 house on the beach." You know what he says? He says, "Oh, that's legal. It is legal. Apparently, in Alabama, it's in the laws." He says, in 1939, there's a law that says that the sheriff can take the inmates' food. So there's a law in the books in Alabama from 1939 that says that the sheriff can take the inmates' food for his own personal profit. It's a legal thing. So the reporter goes, "So why didn't you take that money and put up a park, or maybe use it for a charity?" That's what the reporter's saying. The reporter says, "Okay, so you're allowed to take that money. Why don't you do some charity? Why don't you put up a park? You buy yourself a beach house for $740,000. He got himself a beach house." But that's these people here. That's the way it is here in Alabama. Tell you, this state ain't nothing like Florida. Florida has a lot of problems. Every state has different problems, all right? But here in Alabama, they'll put up a front that they're Christian, that they're Southern, that's Southern hospitality. But these people greedy. These people greedier than the people in Florida, to be real with you. When I go out, when I go outside, I carry my piece on me. Always, I got my concealed carry. I always carry my concealed carry. I don't speed. I watch myself. And I'm not saying everybody's like that, but there are people here that are very greedy. At first, they got some Southern hospitality thing going on, but when it gets down to it, these people grimy. I'm telling you, that's the reality of this place. I mean, that's that TV show. He starts the TV show about he's Christian. We go to church on Sunday, and you can't even mow. He said, like, you can't even mow your lawn on Sunday around here without getting heat for it. Okay, but you can steal $750,000 and get away with it. That's Alabama. It's a whole different world. It's totally different than Florida. I'm curious to know what the prison system is like here in Alabama, because I know in Florida, Latinos like me are the minority in the prison system. Not the majority, but as far as political power, we wield more political power than any other race in the prison system. I don't know what the prison system's like here. I would hate to find out. Based on what I see here, I mean, from what I've heard, like, they don't feed you or nothing. Like, just like he's doing it in that county. Like, they don't even feed you. Like, the money that's for the inmates' food, you don't see that. So it's supposed to be a grimy system. But I don't break the law. Let's backtrack a little bit. I don't break the law. So if I don't break the law, I ain't worried about going to prison. All right? If you don't break the law, that ain't gonna happen to me. I don't drink and drive. I don't do anything illegal. So I'm not worried about what happens in prison, because I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what prison is for. Like, you're supposed to be afraid of prison. Because then there's a flip side of everything. The flip side of everything is, here in Alabama, for example, the prison system is very strict. In Florida, you're sleeping with the guards, and you're bringing in cell phones, and you're just having a blast in prison. Like, I've met people in Florida, oh man, I was hanging out with all my homies. That's not what happens in Alabama. You don't hang out with your homies. The warden uses your food money to go buy a mansion on the beach, okay? So it's two totally different systems. Where in Florida, it's too relaxed on criminals. Here, it's very strict. So it creates a society where there is, I think, more law and order in Alabama, simply because there's that strict attitude towards, law enforcement. However, there's a lot of misappropriation. It's just like there is in Florida. Back in Florida, there's this little place called Lake Butler. Now, Nick Johnson just did a video about the top 10 worst counties in the United States, and he mentioned Union County, Florida. Union County, that's where Lake Butler is. It's one of the largest prisons in the state of Florida. And let me tell you something about Lake Butler. You are not about to play the vacuum while I'm up in here. Look at that haircut. Come here. Come on, show off that haircut. You know, like you got a spider sitting on top of your head just poking out of me. All right. Look at that haircut. Hey, show me a haircut, babe. Come here. Hey, show me a haircut. Come here.
Where's my
The camera's
hair?
over here. Show him your haircut. Who cut your hair?
Pepe.
Give me a kiss. Who cut your hair?
Pepe.
I saved $43, didn't I? Ow! Ow! No, I got evidence that you're abusing me. See that? And you're supposed to be sweeping all this thing up.
No, you were supposed to do that while I was in the show.
I got live streams to do. I can't be sweeping in the middle of a live stream. That's some disrespectful stuff, man. You can't be making me sweep the house. That's disrespectful, especially on a live stream. You're making me look like a punk right now. And I'm talking about prison stuff, and you talking about making me sweep. No, man. You can't put me out like that. Thank you. You take care of that. So, anyways, can you not sweep in the middle of my live stream, women?
Well, do you want your chair?
All right, so what do you guys think about, the differences between the legal systems? Because in reality, prison is not supposed to be a fun experience. But anyways, back to Lake Butler, Florida. Nick Johnson made his video, and he said that in his opinion, Union County, Florida, which is one of the poorest counties in Florida, is one of the top 10 worst places to live in the entire country. And I would agree with him. And he forgot to mention one little detail, is that's where the state prison is, and that place is crooked as crap. I'm talking about, that's a prison where corruption is to the max. They're getting cell phone for $1,000. You can get a cell phone in there, anything, and it's madness in the Florida prison. So either way, I'm not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record. Don't plan on getting a criminal record. So I don't care what happens in the prison system. But it does. What happens in the federal prison, in the federal state prisons, does affect how we live out here in the streets. In Florida, it's complete chaos when it comes to criminals because I mean, I hear that the juvenile system's pretty bad, but overall, the adult system is not that bad. But what it comes down to is what happens in those prisons affects how we live out here. And you can see it from state to state. In a Florida state where you could literally have a brawl with somebody in the middle of the street and not get arrested for it, all types of stuff happens on the streets because they know they can get away with it. Where here in Alabama, you're not bound to see too much of that stuff because law enforcement here is serious about civil wars. So, two different states, two totally different things going on. Overall, I think for a poor person like me, Alabama will give you employment. Alabama will give you affordable housing, a really decent haircut.
It's not as bad as some I've ever had.
Okay, can you not do this when I'm not streaming? I mean, you never want to clean the house. Okay, you know what? Do your thing. Do your thing and I do mine. How about that? Do your thing and I do mine. Tell him the barber clean up after the cuts. Yeah, the barber cleans up after the cuts. So anyways.
You are the barber.
Well, she's a barber too. She gave me a haircut. So, anyways, I mean, I'm happy here in Alabama, and I feel like I'm getting a lot more fair treatment when it comes to work, and work is a vital part of life. We got affordable housing, better treatment when it comes to dignity and respect is really important here. And I love that. I mean, I love not in all parts of Alabama. I just went to Madison. You guys saw the Madison video. Apparently, they're not with the whole thing we got going on here. Like where I live in Alabama, it's very respectful. People are very courteous and respectful, and I love that. Now, we have rural areas in Florida, and I do believe that the rural areas in Florida are more friendly and courteous and genuine more than anything than the rural places in Alabama. So there are very genuine, friendly, rural places in Florida. The difference is that there still isn't as good employment in those areas. Because, like, you think about Florida, Alabama, South Florida, as far as, like, the big urban areas and the rural areas in Alabama are doing way better than the rural areas in Florida. Okay? So, give you guys an example. Because when you think about incomes, and all that, it's easy to get confused. Overall, like on a large, massive, let me read what you said. I remember you did the interview in rural Florida. Exactly. So, overall, like predominantly, Alabama is still a better deal than Florida because of the housing versus income. it's no surprise that in Alabama for $150,000 you get a very decent house, and in Florida for that same house you probably need like $250,000 to $300,000. So there's no even comparing it. I mean, the income difference is 7% or 9% higher in Florida. That's nothing compared to the cost of living. Like, oh, we have to go to do my tags for my truck. Like, we're transferring our Florida tags to Alabama with the license plate and the fees and everything. It's gonna come out to $54. Florida costs $263. Plus, if it's an out-of-state transfer, they charge you $500. So what we're gonna do is turning our Florida license plate into an Alabama license plate is going to cost us $54. Vice versa, turning an Alabama license plate into a Florida license plate costs upwards of $760, sometimes pushing to $1,000 if they evaluate the tax value of the vehicle. Sometimes they do. I don't know how that works. Anyways, you can't even compare these two states as far as livability for a working class person. Alabama still has Florida B. But then when you compare rural area to urban, like rural to rural, like when you compare like the rural counties in Florida to the rural counties in Alabama, with the exception of South Alabama, because the South Alabama area is not looking good in there. It's called the Black Belt because the dirt's black. That's why the cotton production was there, because it's got black soil. It's the muck, and that area doesn't have the same natural resources. When you go like a little bit north of Montgomery, you get into the hills and the mountains. You don't got to worry about flooding. You got rock, which can be used for 1,000 different things. You got red clay, which can be used for 1,000 different things. You got pine land, woodland. You got oak. You got hickory. You got cedar, and all that can be used for 1,000 different things. So you like, just as far as natural resources, the South region of Alabama has been stripped for cotton production and for peanut production. There's no trees. There's no natural resources. Okay. When you step it up a little bit into like middle and north Alabama, then you got all these natural resources. There's even gold in some places. So you can't really compare. Like, there's a difference. It's probably 10, 15, 20% difference in income levels. I know for a fact that the northern region of Alabama fares a lot better than the southern region. But the southern region of Alabama, like I said, there's so much going on there that, and then the people can't collaborate. You know what I mean? Like, you go to Huntsville, you got Latinos, Asians, blacks, white, everybody getting to the money. Down here in this, you get into these more southern parts, you can't get to the money if you're black. Like, a black person can't go and do business in some places, and vice versa. White people don't go to black areas, so they're not getting to the money. Here in Alabama, it's black or white. I'm from Florida. The only color I care about is green. How can I get to the money? I don't care if here in Alabama, in a lot of places, there's still a black and white thing. Now, when I first came to Alabama, I did a video in Auburn. Now, in Auburn, it's very different because in Auburn, you have a different class of people. Is Florida overrated? Vastly overrated. I think Florida is way overrated, beyond what you can imagine. But to finish my thought real quick, I lost focus. Oh, Auburn. Okay, Auburn, Alabama. The first 2 or 3 weeks that I spent in Alabama were in Auburn. Auburn is a clean, integrated, beautiful little town. It is a picture-perfect little town, and the prices of real estate reflect that. So I can afford Auburn. I spent my first few weeks in Auburn. Okay? Loved it. Much better than Florida. But then when we go to our closing, I move into a little bit more central near Montgomery, and they have a whole different thing. Back in Florida, you have black, white, Hispanic, everything, and I thought that being a Latino, I would fall in with the black. Found out that the black people don't want nothing to do with Latinos here. So you almost got to pick sides as far as who you're going for work and everything. It didn't really work out very well for the Montgomery situation. If you ain't black, they ain't messing with you. And if you white, you better be a white one or something. I don't know. I fall in with the white here in Alabama. Okay? And the white take care of their people, just like the black take care of their people. But there is that distinction in Central Alabama. and it does affect the way money moves and everything. Unless you're in a place like Prattville or Auburn or Huntsville, these are big, or Baldwin County. In those places, it doesn't matter. Those people, they got money and they only care about money. Once you get into the poor regions, you got that difference. Okay, I think in Florida, in the rural areas, are very well integrated. Okeechobee, for example, beautiful country in the middle of nowhere, very integrated. Sebring, Florida, the same way. I think Florida is better integrated in the rural areas than Alabama. My point with all this being that there are differences in Alabama overall. The southern region is very poor. But when you compare Florida to Alabama, rural areas, especially like the north half of the state, if you were to compare the north half of Alabama and the rural parts to Florida, you'll understand that it's a lot better in Alabama. So if you want to live in a rural place, you want to live in the suburban rural lifestyle, Alabama is a much better place. You're going to have better employment opportunities, not for skilled labor, okay? That's for the big cities. But in general, normal class people, you'll have better employment opportunities. You'll have more affordable housing. You'll have more affordable health care, more affordable restaurants, and just an environment that is catered to a normal working class person. In Florida rural areas, there's not a way to make a dime. You have people that retired in rural places in Florida because they probably couldn't afford the city or something, and they ain't dropping a dime on you. You can't make money there. But I wanted to live in a rural area, and I did really well by coming to Alabama, because if I had ended up in a rural area in Florida, I would not be getting to the money the way I'm getting to the money here. So let me read some of you guys' comments. Let's say you had $500,000 for real estate. What state would you live in? Well, the thing is, if I had that kind of money for real estate, it wouldn't be one property. I would have 10 different properties. I would never, and I know this is probably not what you want to hear, Miss Nashby, but is Florida safer than Alabama? It depends on what area. What considers getting in the money? That's what I'm asking. Okay, so like if I had $500,000, like right now, boom, I already clears. I got $700,000. I would never put it all into one property. That would never happen. If I had $700,000 and I was going to put it into real estate, I would buy one $250,000 house for me to live in. That house would probably be in Florida. Then I would have the rest of that money go into 3 or 4 houses in Alabama in about no more than 140 price range. I would look for the houses between 120 to 140, because those houses can be 180, 190. If there's a crunch in the lumber or something or whatever, any type of little hiccup here, those houses can go up to 170. So I would not, and those are rental properties. They're decent houses that you don't have to throw too much money at. I would never put all my money into one single property, with the exception of if I really wanted a house in Marco Island, Florida. I would buy a house in Marco Island, Florida. I would buy a $600,000 house in Marco Island, Florida, because there's a lot of reasons why. It's a decent place that ain't. It's an island. There's only so much land available. There's always going to be somebody in Marco Island that's going to want to live there because it's that fancy. It's just the water appreciates. There's only so much water in Florida, and the appreciation on being on a canal in Marco Island, you can't really match that. Marco Island's got hit by a lot of hurricanes. It doesn't seem to have a problem with incredible storm surges coming in. The building code is strict enough to where houses do not get absolutely destroyed when there's a hurricane. I was in Marco Island after Hurricane Irma, and there was 31 houses that got completely destroyed, and all of them were built like in the 70s. The newer building codes, those houses will not be destroyed by a hurricane. So, and also Marco Island, it's a city, and it's a really good city with good statistics, with good schools, good statistics, incredible natural setting. If I were going to put all that money into one property, it would definitely be in Marco Island, Florida. It's in Collier County, which is the richest county in the state. You have water access. You'll see manatees and dolphins and sharks in your backyard. The water quality in the canals on Marco Island is very, very good. Cape Coral is disgusting, the water quality there. In fact, there's another red tide bloom going on out there in Lee County right now. To me, I wouldn't buy a house in Cape Coral to be on the water. For what? It's ridiculous. It takes like 2 hours to get out to the open water from Cape Coral. I wouldn't buy a house in Cape Coral to be on the water. I would buy a house in Marco Island. If you can find a house in Marco Island, and I would go for a house in Marco Island that definitely has access to the water. And I would, if I were going to consider one property, it would in that price range, it would definitely be in Marco Island. You can expect appreciation. You can expect a house that is the thing about houses is the return on investment. Now, there's two ways to look at return on investment. You can look at return on investment as appreciation, or you can look at return on investment as I'm going to buy a house for $100,000 and I'm going to rent it for $1,500. I'm going to make my money back in 7 years. I got my money back. But here's the thing. That house is going to have higher maintenances, more liabilities. Most investors today are putting their money into like the $240,000 range and up. Same thing in Florida, same thing in Alabama. Everybody's putting their investments into the 260 and up range. 260 and up. We're in Florida, Alabama. That's where everybody's putting their money into this price range. That's a price range for a decent house. And there could be appreciation in that field. But here's the thing. There are more, I think, in my opinion, or maybe I'm wrong, there's more big houses in America right now than there are people that can afford them. And I don't know what the future economic outlook for the United States is going to be to where people are actually going to be able to afford those houses or not. But one thing is guaranteed, that a normal house in a normal place will always be occupied. But a house in the city is nothing more than a box you can live in. It doesn't have to be fancy. That's why I said if I had $700,000 to invest in real estate, I would probably buy 4 or 5 houses, one decent one to live in, and then the rest of that money, 3 or 4 houses in a normal price range. If they're paid off, I would go with the theory of return on investment. Forget about appreciation, okay? Put the appreciation aside. Return on investment. And also, you got to look at, if I want to get rid of this property, how quickly can I dump this property off? Because I have learned the hard way that there's some types of properties you ain't going to get it off. Now, here in Alabama, my house is the type of property that probably will be hard to get off my hands. With the exception that buyers in Alabama are not as picky regarding their neighborhoods, where buyers in Florida are very specific about where they live because they have a little bit of wealth, they're retired, and they don't want to live in a trashy ghetto place. Where here in Alabama, it's working class people, they'll put up with any type of situation. So you also have to understand the mentality of the buyers. The reason it was so hard to sell my house in Florida is because my house in Florida was in the hood. And the average buyer in Florida ain't buying a house in the hood. He's buying a house in a gated community. Where in Alabama, that doesn't really matter. So you also have to understand the mindset of the buyers in the region that you're buying in this house when you want to release that house. Okay? If it's a region like Cape Coral, where most people are working class, they probably overstretch their budget a little bit because they're trying to live a suburban lifestyle of some sort. When things go downhill, that house that you paid $480,000 is now worth $240,000. You're upside down $300,000. Could it keep going up? It sure could. But you have to find. That's why I like return on investment. Like if I was in a situation where I had $700,000, I would probably have 6 or 7 different rental properties, $8,000 coming in every month. I can live off 2 of them because my house is paid off, and that $5,000 here's 5, and 5 times 12 is 65. In 2 years, I could buy another one. In 4 years, I could buy another one. In 5 years, I could buy another one. because you have a multiplying effect. The thing you have to consider is how quickly can I get rid of this property? Because if something changes in, let's say you get cancer now you need to have a little bit more money, can you dump these properties off? And if you're a slumlord and you go too heavy into the return on investment, most properties that are really high on return on investment are very low in getting out of them. It might take you 2 years to get out of that property. So you got to keep that in mind too. So you don't want to go too trashy. You also don't want to go too fancy. I would invest that money into multiple properties. If you're young, if once you're above, like, here's what you have to understand. Once you're like above 65 years old and you have a lot of money, you get a mortgage, which I would never recommend a mortgage. I wouldn't recommend a mortgage to anybody under 65 years old. If you're able to do it cash, do it cash. It's the best thing you could do, okay? Because then you can live on, once that house is paid off, you can live on anything. There's different levels, different stages. Once you're over like 65, you get a mortgage on a house in Florida, wherever you want to live. You want to live in California, you want to live in Florida, New York, wherever you want to live, you get a mortgage because you know what? You're going to die, and it's not going to matter anymore. Live wherever you want and have a comfortable, then have a comfortable whatever type of investment you like or whatever. But once you get to a certain age, you have to start looking at life differently. Like if you're 55, 45, you can say, okay, let's buy 5 or 6 houses, rent them out, live off that, and watch that money grow a little bit. Not everybody who invests into real estate is going to make a killing on real estate. Understand that, okay? You can put your money into real estate the same way you put your money into IRAs, the same way you put money into any other type of investment. The difference with a real estate is real estate has a lot more liabilities. There's no guarantee in real estate that it's going to go up. Okay? You have to be hands-on with your investment in real estate in order for that investment to do something for you. If you're not going to be hands-on, it's going to get trashed. You're throwing your money away. It's like if I went right now and I bought a bunch of random stocks without looking into it. Me, as a Latino, I don't do the IRAs. I don't do the stocks. I don't do any of that. I'm a Latino. I got a Latino mindset. I believe in real estate. I believe in my money has to be in my hands, liquid. And one thing that I've learned at my young age is the power of liquidity. The power to grab whatever your net worth is and boom, turn it all into cash. If you want to buy some real estate, if you want to, whatever you're trying to do, you're going to start a business, or every once in a while, you just kind of, you got to refresh yourself. The debts are going up, the truck's getting old, there's a little bit of debt, there's a little bit of this, there's a little bit of health problems. Let's turn all of our money back into liquid and quickly change it up. That's what we did recently when we left Florida. We got $107,000 for them. We had $107,000. Everything was tied up. Don't ever do that. Tangible. Don't ever put, like, let's see this screen right here. If this screen is your net worth, don't ever be up here in one thing. You gotta be here. You understand? Your house has to be here. Right here. You gotta have this little wiggle room on top for that new SUV. We bought an SUV. We bought some furniture. The house needed some new appliances. My business needed to revamp a little bit. We needed to do some traveling to see some more places so I can have more content and idea. You gotta have a little bit of clearance on top. That whole square of your net worth cannot be one single thing. And that's where we were in Florida. It was all, we needed to just drop that a little bit. Because now you got breathing room. Now that your head's above water. Here's your home, your house. Get your house built. Your head's out of the water. You can breathe. You can say, okay, what do we need? Oh, let's get Katie that real estate license. Okay, let's do that. Oh, Katie needs to see a doctor. Jose needs to see a doctor. Oh, let's get this business license somewhere else. Let's transfer our business. Let's move to another state. You gotta have that little breathability. You can't be all maxed out into one thing. It's good if you're maxed out into one thing. Let's say you bought a house, it's too expensive. drop that house a little bit. Breathe. Get your head above water, and have a little bit of a 15%, 10% of your net worth be for you to breathe, so you're not in a tight situation. So you're not worried about. Now we have our house is insured now. So if somebody decides to burn my house down because they don't want a Latino in Alabama, it's insured for twice what it's worth. My vehicles have full coverage. You know what I mean? You got a little bit of a safety net. We got full coverage on our vehicles now. We got heads above water. You know what I mean? It's good to do that. So if you find yourself just trying to, like, you're maxed out and you drop that a little bit. Make it yourself a little bit more comfortable, because you're better off in Alabama, in the middle of Alabama where you don't know anybody, but your head's above water, where you got a little bit of flexibility, you can move, than you are in Florida, stuck in an uncomfortable position. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they might be in a good spot, but they're stuck there. You got to have that flexibility. Yeah, the best answer you ever gave. Gold coins and bars are even better. I don't believe in gold bars. That's garbage. I'll break that down for you in a minute, though. Your investment. I just bought this today. See this chainsaw right here? Brand new chainsaw. I just bought it today. It's not the most expensive chainsaw, but it's a chainsaw. I just bought this chainsaw. My investment, I bought this property, okay? We bought this house 4 months ago. This chainsaw and them woods in the back, I'm going to clear them. Okay, so that chainsaw that you see right there, that chainsaw, I mean, it's a hands-on investment. I bought this property right here, okay? And this property that I bought, my investment, can you give me water, please? My investment in this property is hands-on. The trees are growing in the back. We're going to take care of that. We're going to cut down all them trees little by little. And then we're going to sprinkle a little bit of grass. Before it was poison ivy. We're going to cut down all them trees. We're going to sprinkle a little grass. We're going to put a few little decorative rocks, maybe buy a palm tree or two. And then that's a hands-on investment. I'm in my investment. I got a hold of it. I'm working it myself. You know what I mean? And I don't need to go and work 40, 50 hours a week for somebody else. If I work 1 day a week, I got 4 or 5 days to be out in that backyard cleaning up my property. Let's say 2 years from now, I'm able to get this property. I bought it at 65. I'm able to get 120 out of it, 130 out of it, okay? I just made let's say a $40,000 profit. Listen to this, because this is, okay? I made a $40,000 profit. What are you doing in the background?
Getting carrots.
You're not supposed to be eating carrots in my house, women. Okay, you can eat the carrots, but just don't eat them behind me while I'm doing live stream, please. Muévete. Dale, mija. Muévete. No me dejas agitando. So, let's say I buy this house for 65, and I'm working on it. Today I bought a chainsaw. Tomorrow I bought a palm tree. The next day I bought a fence panel. The next day I bought a nail and a hammer. And I'm always throwing money left and right. I'm always doing something, investing some type of money. Let's say I got $120,000 in this house, and I'm only able to sell it for $140,000. I made a $20,000 profit, because really my investment went up $20,000, but I invested $20,000. But that's $20,000 that I put into the house that I didn't throw that money away. Okay? I didn't just throw away $20,000 and eat it in restaurants and pay it in association fees. Okay? That money is staying here in this house. Okay? So what you can do is, like, for example, we started off, how much was our first check? When we got the money, how much was it?
The biggest one?
The big one was 64.
64.
We got $64,000. Okay? How many years ago? 4?
Yeah.
Okay. 4 years ago, we got 64?
Yeah.
$64,000. Okay? And we had been working in McDonald's drive-thru type jobs at that point. We hadn't been doing nothing with our lives. We got $64,000. We bought a trailer for how much was it? 46.
Yeah.
And it had $3,000 in back taxes, right? So yeah, but roughly.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we put 50,000 into the house, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had $50,000 because that's $14,000 there. That was debts we had, overdue medical bills, money we owed to a guy that let me borrow money because I was broke. You're behind. We didn't have any clothes. You're behind. We're broke. Boom, $14,000 eliminated, gone. But we got that 50,000. Okay, that's that little 15% on top that I tell you guys about. We got $50,000. Okay, bought a mobile home, an unlivable, uninhabitable mobile home. You heard me? We bought an uninhabitable, unlivable mobile home. We had, how much did we get? 9,000, less than $10,000, right? We got $10,000. Boom, cash money. I called the guy. I said, how much? Because the house had a mortgage on it. We said, how much is on the mortgage? It was a family property. Gave the guy the money. Bought the house. Went to Home Depot. And what were we buying Home Depot, Katie? Tell them.
Wood.
No, the first time we went to Home Depot, we bought two things. A toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other thing?
A sink.
When we went to Home Depot, what did we buy? The first day we went to Home Depot, you don't remember? We bought a toilet and a window unit, Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went. You don't remember that?
No.
What were you doing? Sleeping or something?
No.
Prendete la luz. Wake up, Katie.
Don't get mad at me.
I bought a toilet. This is important. You need to know this. This is something that should be fresh in your mind, man. We bought a toilet and a window unit. Looks like that microwave, right? You see that right microwave? Air conditioning window unit. We bought a window unit and we bought a toilet. How many months did we shower outside with a water hose, Katie? In the winter in Florida. It's cold in Florida in winter.
3 months.
We spent 3 months, probably closer to 4, at least 3 months, with a water hose taking a shower outside. Until we finished that bathroom. Then we bought the sink, like she said. Okay, and we put a shower in. We put a sink in. Okay? Those 4 years were nothing but work and sacrifice trying to build that mobile home up and get it decent. Okay? Somebody offered me $120,000 for the mobile home. And I was so stupid that I didn't take it. Because that $120,000 in Naples would have got me back then a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house in Spring Hill, Florida, or a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, concrete block in Lehigh. Me, stupid, didn't go for it. Because, I live in Naples. I live in Naples 2 miles from the beach. With my I live in Naples 2 miles from the beach. I'm not going to move to Lehigh. The house in Lehigh is now worth $200,000. The house in Spring Hill is now worth $300,000. That's why you can't be afraid of Lehigh. You can't be afraid of Alabama. You got to take your money to the place where nobody's going to take their money. And then that's where you're going to get your hustle on. Because everybody thinks the same way today. I don't think the way everybody thinks. Everybody has this IRA, 401k, and mortgage with a low interest rate. And I don't believe in none of that garbage. I do a whole different thing. My point is this. We turned $50,000 into $107,000. However, I probably, I was buying materials and doing stuff. I probably got $120,000 into that. I probably lost $15,000, $20,000. Think about that. I probably lost money on that deal. I probably lost $15,000, $20,000 easy. I had more money in that house than what I got out of it. Okay? But I was able, Even though I lost 10, 15, 20,000, who knows how much money? I don't even want to think about how much money I lost. It was still a win because I started with 50,000 and now I got 107,000. I flipped it. I doubled it. I doubled that money up in 4 years while living, while working. I doubled it up. A lot of people can't save $50,000, especially when they're poor. I can't save money because I'm poor. I still can't save money like that. Maybe in a few years I can save money like that. So even though I took a loss, I didn't really take a loss because I doubled my money up in a short period of time. If I had saved the money, I could have probably had a bigger, looking back now, I could have maneuvered for you, but you can't do that. You can't look, you would have known yesterday's lottery number, you'd be a millionaire. You can't really say, if I look back now, I could have done better. But it still wasn't a loss. I turned like 50,000 into 107,000. I grabbed that 107,000. I bought this place for 60. I got about 80 in it. Left about 20 for that 15% wiggle room on top so I can be comfortable. And now I can go over there, buy a chainsaw and clear them woods, put up a fence. Katie wants to do some stuff. Maybe soon we'll get these appliances put in. When I get a break, these are the old appliances. We'll pop in some new appliances. Next thing you know, the floors are going to be put in new. Then we paint it up in here little by little. We get this house, and maybe tomorrow I get 140 or 150,000. Maybe 2 years from now I get 140 for this house, 120. Let's say I'm lucky. Let's say I'm lucky and I get 140. Bro, I just turned 107 into 140. Every time you make one of those flips, your overall net worth increases because you're working. You got some sweat equity into it. And even if I got $150,000 in this house, guess what? I'm still living it. But let's back up to that deal. We lived for 4 years in that mobile home. The way it was, we lived for 4 years in that mobile home. Okay, most people would have grabbed the $50,000 and they would have rented for 4 years, right? They would have rented a nice house with a big tub and some marble floors, and they would have rented. But guess what? After those 4 years, that $50,000 would have been gone. See, my $50,000, I'm still living in it right now. Okay, so that's where you have to understand that sometimes poor people have to think differently than rich people. Rich people don't take any type of loss. They'll never take a loss. We are poor people. We got to take a $10,000 loss here. We got to take a $15,000 loss here. As you're building your net worth, and you have to keep maneuvering around life to get yourself into a more comfortable position. Poor people have to take those losses. Rich people don't have to take a loss. Rich people can wait out. 3 years, 4 years, 10 years, don't matter to them. They got money regardless. So what I mean? Oh, these appliances, that's not a bad appliance at all. Ain't nothing wrong with that appliance. That's a decent appliance. But when they're stainless steel and you put some granite, see these cabinets, there's nothing wrong with these cabinets. You just put some granite up in here. You do some stainless steel appliances, some granite in here, and maybe paint it any other color than that. And now you got something a little bit more decent. It adds value to it. I mean, these blinds are old right here. These blinds and curtains are old. Maybe I'll do little things, make it look better. The thing is this. Every time you make one of those flips, your net worth increases. Even if you lose a little percentage, maybe you put 170 into this, now you're only getting 150, but if you bought it for 120, that's all still increase, and you're living in it. And if you're living in it, that's $1,000 every month. So now when I go out and do the math, I was living in an uninhabitable house for 4 years, pretty much. But because it was uninhabitable, I had to spend money on a bunch of stuff that I don't have to spend money on now. Now I got a kitchen. Now I got 2 bathrooms. So if one of my bathrooms gets clogged up, I don't have to fix it right away. I got another one that I can use. So the more money you have, the less liabilities you face. So now I'm living better. I got less liabilities. Okay? But again, back to that situation. Even though I lost money, I didn't really lose money. I didn't lose money for one simple fact, that I wasn't paying rent. And not only did I not have to pay rent, and lose the money, I also wasn't stressed about making that money because the only thing I had to pay was my property taxes, which is you have to pay that anywhere regardless. Going to make Katie smile for the cooking channel. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's gonna make Katie very happy for her cooking channel, although she hasn't been uploading to it too much. What I'm saying to you guys is this: uh, eventually, I hope that I can sell this property for a little bit more than what we got. We got it for, let's say we got it for 80. It's already gone up in appreciation. I've already done a lot of stuff to it to make it better. So if I can get 120, 140, I started with 107 when I came to Alabama, and that included buying the house, buying the SUV, buying weapons we didn't have, buying a camera system that I'm installing in the house. I can't even talk about all the things. I bought a banjo. I mean, we had debts. We paid off debt. We did so many things. It's incredible how much we did in a very short period of time. So we got ahead. But that's what it's about. Like once I get to a point where I can afford to have two properties, okay, like let's say I get to 140, and at that point I can buy two houses for 70. At that point, I would step back now. I'm gonna step back into a $70,000 house. So when I get to a 140, I'm not gonna like stretch it, and then I'm not gonna keep stretching that bubble. Now you retract a little bit. Okay, so okay. Now that I'm at $140,000 net worth, I'm gonna buy two houses for 70 that are both concrete block and that are both livable. I ain't gonna buy two pieces of garbage. Once I can afford to buy two decent livable houses, I'll do that. I'll buy two livable houses, and guess what? The nice one, I'm gonna rent it, and the crappy one, I'm gonna live in it. And the one that I'm renting is gonna fix them up. So now I got I got two livable houses. Okay, and then once I'm done that, this one's still giving me income. You got to find ways to find mobility. You can't stall out. You know what I mean? You have to find that economical mobility, and you got to make those moves. And one thing that I learned in Naples, Florida, working with rich people, and I've mentioned this on my channel before, is I would have a customer. In this process that I'm explaining to you, I saw people do this process. Somebody would move from a different state, Colorado, California, and I'd move them in. Okay? I move somebody in, I help them work for that point. 2 years later, they call me, Jose, because I do junk removal. So I work for customers, and they know I'm a handy guy, they save my number. 2 years later, the person that bought a $400,000 house buys a $700,000 house. I help them move. I may have to move their fancy furniture, but move some boxes, and I help them pack some things, move some stuff, get rid of some other stuff. Boom. Now they moved from another state to Florida. They bought a $400,000 house. Now they're moving to a $700,000 house. Okay? Then one day they call me, 2 years later again, and now they're moving another time. So in a 4-year period, these people have moved 3 times, and I finally asked them, I said, hey, you move around a lot. You don't get tired of it? They explained to me that every time they move, they make $100,000. Oops, sorry. That's my medicine right there. I know I'm having a problem with my stomach and all that, right? So anyways, every time they move, they make $100,000 or $200,000. So they can spend those 4 years, that $200,000 profit they made, it's tax free. If you buy real estate, okay, you buy real estate and you live in it for 2 years, after 2 years of living in that real estate, it's a tax-free thing. So you can increase your net worth without paying taxes on it if you're living in it in 2-year intervals. Until you get to $750,000, at which point it's no longer a tax-free thing. Okay, so after $750,000, that puts you into another category, and you do have to pay taxes on it. So you know what you do? When you get to $750,000, you scale it back again. Clean money. You can work. Labor. The one thing that can't be taxed is labor. So you buy materials. You have to work and make money to pay taxes on materials. Okay? But if you're doing the labor yourself, that chainsaw that's over there that I bought, okay, you can tax that chainsaw, but you can't tax me for going out there and cutting them trees. I'm not going to pay somebody to these walls. I'm going to paint these walls. I'm not going to pay somebody to deliver these new appliances when I get them. I'm going to go get them. You understand? And I might be able to sell these old ones, and that's a tax-free thing. So, you know, you can grow your net worth without paying taxes. I learned this in Naples, Florida, working for rich people. I've always wondered, how can somebody live a $700,000 lifestyle and for 2 years live a $700,000 lifestyle without working? They go jogging every day. They go ride around their convertible. They go sit at Starbucks. And I'm thinking, how they do that? By living in an expensive house. Rich people, or those who have a decent amount of net worth, can live in a decent house. Back to that $500,000 or $700,000 investment. You can live in a decent house, make $200,000 in appreciation. You just made $200,000 for living in a nice house. But then you got to scale that back and move that money in a different direction. At the point it becomes rental properties, okay? When it becomes rental properties, then at that point, it is taxable because then it is income. Okay? So under that situation, and it is more convenient instead of getting several properties and getting your taxes all complicated, to just keep flipping your way up into higher price real estate because it's tax-free, it's sweat equity that can't be taxed, and you're living in it. You know, under those circumstances, I would. But I think by the time I got into the $700,000, $500,000 range, at that point, I would be thinking about moving my money a lot quicker. As a Latino Hispanic, I just can't wrap my mind around IRAs. Even Katie's, your IRA, it took 6 months to get out of it, right?
What?
From the time we sold the IRA to the time you got it, it was 6 months, right? Or was it 3 or 4 months? How long was it? It was like 3 to 6 months, wasn't it?
About 3.
3 months. And in those 3 months, it made you $900. Well, how much was the check we got? Remember, we got it made you money in the 3-month period. How much was that check? Was it $1,400? Okay, so her IRA, we inherit this IRA, and we tell the guy, sell the IRA. So immediately we get this IRA, and in a 3-month period, that IRA made how much money? $1,400. That's not bad. And that was while they were holding it to sell it, because it's not like, I don't know too much about how stocks work, okay? The only thing I know is that we sold our IRA. When we sold our IRA, Katie's IRA that she inherited, her family freaked out. Everybody who in her family took the IRA and they kept it as an IRA. And I don't know how it's gone for them. I know how it's gone for us. Incredible. Everybody freaked out on us. Me and Katie, we sat down. I said, Katie, listen to me. I'm tired of paying rent. I'm tired of telling the landlord we ain't got enough. I'm tired of somebody knocking on the door and saying, where's the rent money this month? I'm sick and tired of renting. I told Katie, let's get that IRA and let's pay off the house cash. Everybody in her family freaked the crap out. You can't cash in an IRA. That's horrible. The banks are going to tell you it's horrible. Of course they're going to tell you it's horrible. Cashing out an IRA? Are you crazy? Everybody thought that we were insane. Every person that I talked to, we had never had money. I talked to everybody, and everybody said, you're crazy. You should never crash your IRA. It's going to grow, and this, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. I don't think these people's IRAs have doubled in 4 years, have they? Have they? I don't know if they have. Probably not. What is $600? Oh, back then. Here's what somebody told me. Well, back then, a rent was $700 a month. It was. Somebody told me, well, you know, the IRA gives you $600 every month, okay, and a rent's $700, so, you know, you might as well just keep the IRA and use that to pay a rent. Back then, a rent was $700. Now a rent is $1,400 in the same neighborhood. But the IRA is still paying you $600, which wasn't enough to begin with. I did good, but we did good by getting rid of that. Everybody told us we were crazy for getting rid of this IRA. We got rid of it. I liked my stuff hands on, man. IRAs did double, but no one could predict that. Since 2016, IRAs doubled? Really? No one can predict that. Absolutely not. That's unpredictable. And just like they doubled, like right now it's at 30,000 in the Dow Jones. I could be gone tomorrow. But if you have a house, that house ain't going nowhere. It's just a different type. I'm not saying that real estate is the right investment for everybody, because it really isn't. Like if you're retired, you're 70 years old, 65 years old, and you got a bunch of money, owning a bunch of real estate probably ain't the thing for you. It's probably better just to throw in an IRA or throw it into some type of investment like that. But it's that saying, like, once you get to a certain age in life, your investment has to look totally different than when you're a young person like me. You gotta have mobility. You gotta be able to flip it, move it, invest it, move it, get it up tax free. You gotta get it up somehow. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're an older person, obviously your strategy is gonna be very different. I agree. It doesn't make sense to keep RAs till you're 65. Use the money. Yeah. Once you're at a certain age, it's like, why do you even have that? Like, by then you should have already figured something better than that. We're only 30. We're only 30. I'm 30 years old. We've been married for 11 years. We got married at 18, so we're young. We're really young. And we're uneducated. Neither one of us has ever done anything for somebody else as far as decent jobs, high earning income jobs. We've always passed on that. I've always thought that I would rather have time to manipulate my situation. I would rather sit back and evaluate my situation rather than go out there and work for somebody else. Like, if my life was just like those people that somehow tell themselves, I'll make $40,000 a year, I'm going to put $10,000 a year into an IRA, and when I'm 65, I'll have $400,000 to retire on. I could never, my life cannot be a mathematical equation. My life has to be a hands-on thing. I wake up today, I'm going to cut all these trees. I wake up today, I'm going to go to Home Depot and buy some new appliances. I wake up today, and I'm going to take the day off because I don't have any responsibilities. I'm going to go fishing. If I feel like fishing tomorrow, I'll go fishing. If Katie wants to go to Tuscaloosa, we'll go to Tuscaloosa. If I want to buy a chainsaw and go cut some trees, I go cut some trees. I like the liberty of not being tied up to a high-income job where I'm somebody else's slave. What time is it right now? It's 3 in the morning. It's 3 in the morning, and I'm working right now. I'm doing a live stream because that's what I want to do right now. I like that flexibility. So if tomorrow I wake up at 12 in the afternoon and decide to go fishing or decide to go cut some trees, I have that freedom to do whatever I want with my life. And if we had gone for that IRA 401k lifestyle, we wouldn't have that freedom. I'd feel like I'm a slave. And not everybody is like that. Some people have the discipline. I don't have that discipline. I'm a very my life might be more complicated, and maybe that person that has that 9 to 5 has more stability. Maybe they have more, I don't know what you would call it, decency. Maybe they have more normal life. Maybe they have more discipline for sure than me. We're all different. We all have different abilities. And what works for me may not work for you. But I do know this. A lot of people have the opportunity to get some net worth and increase it through hard work and sacrifice and incredible odds. And we took risk in all directions by coming to a place we've never lived at in Alabama. That was a massive risk to come to a place we've never been at. Okay? And when we got here, we could have got scared. Oh, no. Those people want to burn a cross on my front yard. No, I'm scared. They don't like that. No, you come burn a cross on my front yard, and I'm going to burn a cross on your forehead. You know what I mean? You can't be scared. Once you're in a situation and you decide this is what I'm doing, like if you decided that you're gonna put your money into an IRA and that thing goes whoosh, that's what you decided to do. That's the train you gotta ride. You decide to go with Bitcoin. Bitcoin 2 years ago was up here, then it went like this, and now Bitcoin is actually up to another high again. Do I believe in Bitcoin? I don't believe. I would never do that. But I know people that are into Bitcoin, and that's what the type of that's what they that's a train they chose to ride. Then they gotta ride with that Bitcoin train, ride that IRA train, ride the real estate, whatever it is you choose to do. You want to save money, save money. Whatever it is you choose to do, that's you gotta ride it to the end. You know what I mean? That's the way you planned out your future, the way you want to run your life, and that's what you got to run with. But when I moved here, I could have found 1,000 things that I could have said, oh, this could really go wrong. Oh, this was a mistake. It got cold as crap. Man, I open that door right now. It's cold outside. It's cold as crap out there, man. It's like, I don't know, what's the temperature outside? It's cold. It's cold. It ain't cold in Florida. It's 36 degrees out there. You know what I mean? It's 36 degrees out there. You know what? I go out there without a shirt on. It's 36 degrees out there. But I ain't going to be scared of it. What is it, 36 you said?
Yeah.
36 degrees. And I'm from Florida. It's 36 degrees out there, man. I'm from Florida. So when it got cold, I'm supposed to be afraid of it because it's cold? Nah, you can't be afraid. I know, but I went out there. It's 36 degrees, and I'm from Florida. Most people from Florida, you tell them 36 degrees, and they're, oh, it's 36 degrees. Doesn't water freeze at 32? No. You can't be afraid. Whatever it is you got to do it. If it's 36 degrees outside, then it's 36 degrees. That's what I got into. Like, don't think when I came here to Alabama, this was all sweet. Not everything was sweet. When they told me, oh, they might burn that cross on your front lawn, I said, okay, let's go to that Walmart. Let's buy a few little things. So when they come burn a cross in my front yard, I'm going to burn a cross on their forehead. When it got cold, I could have said, most people said, oh, Jose, when it gets cold outside, you're going to go back to Florida. Now it's cold outside, I'm going to go out there without a shirt and cut some trees up. And at 2 in the morning, when it drops down the low, when the colder it gets outside, I'm going to go out there. When it gets down to, I already got in the 20s. When it gets down to in the low 20s, then I'm going to go out there at night without a shirt on. I'm going to stand out there in it. You can't, don't think everything's going to be sweet in life. You're going to have to face whatever your fears are. You're scared of the cold, go out there and without a shirt when it's cold. You scared of them people? When I invite you, come on over here, so let's go, let's do it. Whatever it is you're afraid of, you have got to be tough in life. And whatever you choose to do with your investments, then you got to ride with it. I chose to move to Alabama. Now I'm riding with this whole program. I got to deal with whatever I got to deal with, whatever it may be. And if I had chosen an IRA, it would have been the same type of ride in a different way. You just got to ride with it. You know what I mean? You just got to go with whatever it is. But don't think this was sweet. Coming to Alabama has had a lot of challenges. Some of them I can't elaborate on. Okay? Once I leave Alabama and go somewhere else, then I might be able to tell you this is what we're facing. Let me tell you what I was facing in Florida. Because a lot of people don't understand the full complexity of what I was facing back in Florida. Back in Florida, my neighbors were Haitians. And one kid was a coke dealer. He did about 7 years, I think. So when he was out, he was pure savagery. One day, we were living in a camper because remember that mobile home, it was unlivable when we bought it. So we bought a little camper that had a bathroom and whatever while we were doing everything in there because all we had was a toilet in there. And so we bought, it was a little bit nicer to have a little camper. So for a while, before we did all that, we had a camper. So we spent 9 months, I think, was it 9 months in a camper or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we spent 9 months living in a camper while we built the house before we actually bought the toilet and moved into it without just a toilet Yeah, complicated story. Anyways, we faced some hardships. I'm in this camper. I'm living in a fifth wheel mobile home, a camper, in my backyard, which is illegal, but I did it because we're taking risks because we had to do what we had to do. I bought a 10. What was it, 12? It was $10,000, right? Something like $10,000. We bought a $10,000 camper, cash money. That's a lot of cash money. You go to a bank and you say, I want $10,000 cash. You got to fill out a form explaining why you need $10,000 cash. The bank really don't want you to have that money cash. They want you to have that money in Bank of America, Wells Fargo. They don't want you to have that money cash. Whatever. So we're living in this camper, and one night I hear a helicopter. And I'm living in the hood. I got Cubans, Mexicans, rednecks, Haitians, Salvadorians, Hondurans, and I'm in the bad side of the street. The back of the street is a little bit nicer because people there, they've been living there for a long time. In fact, there's a lady there that was from Fort Payne, Alabama, sweetest person I ever met. She's lived on that street since the 70s. That's the back of the street. I was in the front of the street where it was all rental properties. Really rough, man. And that was one little street, but that street's been on the news. I mean, if you write that street's name on the internet, you get shootings and everything. It was just one bad street. Recently, there was it was on the news like 2 weeks ago because a lady. Well, I mean, I shared. What was the story? Can I see my phone, baby, or your phone?
I know exactly what it was.
Pull up the news story. Bring me the phone and pull up the news stories from write Royal Cove on Google. I'm gonna tell them all the stuff we went through in Florida. I'm gonna tell y'all all the stuff we went through. Forget about all. Some of the stuff we went through in Florida, in the neighborhood we were living in. Royal Cove Drive, Naples, Florida. Royal, like Port Royal. Royal Cove, Cove, Royal Cove Drive, Naples, Florida. That's where we used to live. So y'all can see some of the stuff we went through there. Can you bring me your phone, please, Paige, so I can see it? So I can read them stories. This is just on a street that has, Boynton Beach. You know what I'm talking about. Boynton Beach is hardcore. Yeah, Boynton's something else. But Naples ain't a bad city, but the neighborhood that we were in, yeah. Bring me the phone, please, Katie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read some of the news stories, and that's a street that's got 48 houses. That's all. Now there's 50 houses. More stuff.
No.
Your haircut don't look that bad, baby. It really don't. I mean, it's the Karen haircut, but it ain't that bad. Give me the phone.
Guess what's up for rent?
What are they renting?
And you can see pictures of the inside.
How much are they renting it for?
I don't know.
Because they're expensive. So here's one house for rent on the house in the street I used to live in Florida. And actually, the lady next door is really this. I would rent this house because on this side you got the lady from Alabama. She's the sweetest lady ever. Lived in Florida her whole life. On this side you got some Mexican people. They've been there since they're like family to me.
Oh yeah.
I would rent this house depending on the price. They were asking a ridiculous amount of money.
No, we're not going back to Florida. Don't even try.
$1,500. Oh, I lost it, baby.
Do you need help?
I got it. So, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath mobile home. $1,500. That's on the street where I used to live on in Florida. 3-bedroom, 2-bath mobile home for $1,500. That rents for $1,500. Hell no. Yeah. Now, let me show you the news reports. So let's go on the news here. Oh, our house shows up still.
Yeah.
Let's look at the news. I'm going to show you guys a few.
Nothing shows up for Royal Cove.
Well, there has to be some of the shootings and all that.
No.
What about the lady that was the recent article where Naples women racist? Naples women racist. Here's what. Naples man went on racist rant. That's not it.
That is
news. No, here she is. So this happened on our street recently. Okay, now this happened on that same street I used to live on. Y'all know how to read, right? Y'all know how to read, right? I'll read it to you.
26 people watching this.
Yeah, 3 in the morning. Okay, and I'm not even wearing a shirt. Topless. I'm topless right now. You're topless too. Or look, you're topless right now. You're topless. All right,
Yeah,
cool. All
I'm
right.
topless.
Topless, drunk Florida woman creates chaos in a neighborhood. A topless woman was arrested Thursday. This was a few weeks ago. For shouting at her neighbors and trying to hit her. I'm not gonna read her name because I know the family. I know the family. They were my neighbors, and I'm
Yeah.
cool with her son. Her son's a really cool kid.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I used to get stuck in the mud back in Florida, I would call him like, "Yo, man," because they're a bunch of rednecks. I'd be like, "Yo, Jose, man, hey, I'm stuck out here in the woods," and he'd call his rednecks, and they'd pull me out of the woods. So I'm cool with this family. The kid's a straight kid. All right. She was arrested after neighbors said she came. Remember, she was topless onto their property, yelling at her. The neighbors told deputies she was yelling at her, saying racial slurs, and tried to swing on her. The neighbor then pepper sprayed the woman, who was found swollen, red-eyed by deputies. She was also unclothed on her top half. And she's not very attractive looking, if you're wondering. Other neighbors said this is a regular thing. Yeah. Check this out. This woman was topless. This is on a street that I used to live on, that only had 48 houses. Now it's got 50. Well, no, 49 because they get knocked on our house that they bought off of us. Less than 50 houses. It's a small street. Yeah. Neighbors said this is a regular thing.
There are some regular things on that street. That's not included in that.
You guys reading it? Look, read that. Neighbors said this is a regular thing. Topless, drunk, yelling racial slurs. It's just another day on Royal Cove Drive. So you were in the trailer park at night, and the neighbors not out in prison. My whole family lives there. This was thank me later. No, this was recent. This was like 2 weeks ago or something. So we've been in Alabama. My family in Florida called me, and they're like, "Yo, they arrested the white trash lady," and I was like, "Oh, for real? What'd she do this time?" That is trashy. All right, but anyways, here's what she was mad about. They're drug dealers. The black people are drug dealers, and there's constantly. You guys remember when I did a live stream? I don't know how long you've been watching my live streams. You guys remember one night where there was a live stream where somebody got stabbed on my street, and then the ambulance came, and the person that got stabbed ran down the street, and the ambulance came. You guys remember the live stream where somebody got stabbed on my street because they were. Okay, so I'm outside, right? I go outside like at 3 in the morning, and I see this guy on a bicycle going that way. So I know he's doing a drug deal. So there's another news story. Can you look up the news story about the shooting? The guy that was right in Royal Cove shooting. That's one of the things. And that shootings, drug dealing, oh man, it was horrible. A lot of Haitians leave Palm Beach County and are about to move to Naples or Portland. Yeah, they mess wherever they go. They got zones up in Port St. Lucie and Fort Pierce. All them Haitian people, they savage, man. They really are savage. Back to my Haitian story. I didn't even finish the Haitian story. So I told you guys the people next door are Haitian, right? So I'm inside my camper. It's like 3 in the morning or something. I'm sleeping inside my camper. These are stories straight from the gutter, man. We need to do like a series of ghetto stories. So I'm in my camper. Hey, baby, your haircut really ain't that bad. Mm-hmm. I'm in my camper, and I hear a helicopter. Do, 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 do. 10 minutes past, the helicopter's still over my house. So I'm thinking, I go outside without a shirt and my underwear, and I look up at the helicopter. I'm like, yo, what's the problem, bro? I'm trying to sleep, man. Keep it moving. And the helicopter leaves. I go back in the camper, and I said, baby, there was a helicopter over our house. And she goes, well, why don't you look around the property and make sure everything's okay? So, okay. Now, my house was under construction, so there was no doors. There was a door in the front, but there was no door in the back. There's no window, so the house was kind of open, right?
I can't find it.
All right, don't worry about it. I'll tell them. There's no reason for me. They'll believe, after hearing that story being a regular thing, I mean, what else couldn't be? Let me sit down for a minute. I really do. I'm tired of standing up.
Yeah.
Let me sit down for a minute. I hope I don't lose signal by trying to sit down. And yes, I am having a live stream at 3 in the morning with my nipplers out.
Do you want a shirt?
Bring me a shirt. That one's full of hair.
Yeah.
Just any regulars. I think I'm already here. Might as well just keep it natural. Y'all gotta do. Yeah, let's just keep it real. Let's no shirt.
You're not gonna wear a shirt.
Topless Florida man goes on a live stream in Alabama. I'm already not wearing one. They already seen them. What's the big deal?
Okay.
All right, y'all. So look, this is so trashy. I'm not even shaved. I'm not wearing a shirt. Trashy, trashy, trashy. So, yeah, give me a shirt because I can't even stop looking at myself. So, the door's open. You can get inside the house. So I walk inside the house, and it's a single wide mobile home. So when I walk to the back bedroom, I got my flashlight. In fact, it's the same flashlight I got now. Somebody says, "Hell no, no underwear and shirt. You already got your shirt off. Please leave the pants on, brother." Yeah, buddy. Black Dickies. I'm covered in hair. All right, y'all. I look cool like this.
No, you don't.
All right.
Put it on like a normal human.
All right. Yes, please do a series of ghetto stories straight out of Florida. Yeah, we need to do that. We got to do a midnight Florida ghetto story live stream. Anyways, so you distract me in the background a lot, Katie.
Oh, leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I'm trying to work. All right, so back to my ghetto story. So, the helicopter, if you're just tuning into this live stream, so the helicopter over my camper. I go outside in my underwear. I'm like, yo, keep it moving, bro. I'm trying to sleep. So the helicopter leaves. I'm like, okay. I'll go back into the mobile home and in the camper in case it's go check the house, make sure nothing's going on. But again, the helicopter, before I went outside, the helicopter had already been there for maybe an hour or so. I go in the house with the flashlight, man, and when I walk into the last bedroom, I had a stainless steel hotel style, like restaurant style cabinet. And that cabinet, underneath it, there's an opening. And there's this black guy sleeping on the floor in my house. Inside my house. Black guy on the floor sleeping. I put the flashlight on. You better sing that real quick. Yeah, there's a signal outside. Hold on, y'all. Don't leave. Alright, is there a signal now? Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? Is there a signal? Am I back on or not? Can you see me? Am I back on or no? Let me know, y'all. Is there any signal here? Y'all let me know if you can see me. I'm outside. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to tell y'all to finish up this ghetto. By the way, it's 36 degrees outside. So it's 36 degrees out here. It's cold. So that happened to my cousin in Lake Wharf. He found a drunk Mexican in his house sleeping. He just picked him up. No cops were involved. All right, so remember, bro, there's a helicopter, a military police helicopter over my house. Oh, man, let me go back in the house. It is cold. Hopefully I don't lose signal. Let me just hope that we don't lose signal because it is cold out there. I'm going to stand right here and hope we get signal here. Y'all let me know if we're good. We're good inside the house because it's cold out there. It is really cold. Surprise. So, I always have machetes. That's how we do it in Florida. In Florida, we don't have guns. Now that I live in Alabama, I have a lot of guns. But back in Florida, we do machetes. So, got my machete and Haitian boy inside of my house. And I know who it was, too. I know who it was. I know him from the street. And I said, hey, bro, was really good, bro. You hiding in my house. He had the cops looking for him. I don't know what he did, but whatever he did was bad enough. All right, whatever he now these are the Haitians, these are Zos and Haitians and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? These are Haitians, bro. These ain't like these are Haitians, bro. So I go up to the Haitian and I got my machete and he knows what's good with a machete. That's they're Haitian too, so that's how we do it in Florida. We got the machete. So I go up to him like, hey, what's good, man? You hiding inside my house, bro. And that's not cool at all. Like he was running from the cops. And I don't know why they were chasing him with a helicopter. And there was 5 police cars on the street looking for him. He decided to go to my house and hide inside of my house from the police. 1804 boy, baby Skype. Ça passe. 1804 baby, ça passe for real. 1804. Some Zos. So I say, hey bro, I don't know what you got going on with them police outside, but I'm trying to sleep, and you're gonna have to grab yourself and get up out of here. So I walk outside, and there's police cars everywhere, and I tell the police, hey, we trying to sleep out here. Y'all gotta keep it moving. I said, you got a warrant? Well, who you looking for? You got a warrant? You ain't got no warrant? Y'all gotta keep it moving because we trying to sleep, and I can't sleep with a helicopter or my house in a bunch of police lights. So the Haitian kid, he jumped the fence back into his dad's property, and like 20 minutes passed, I couldn't sleep, so I snuck back over to their property. And sure enough, there's other Haitians there, and we just kind of hung out the whole night and just kind of talked a little bit. And I was like, hey, bro, y'all can't be doing this. But I guess they knew that I wouldn't, that I knew them, so they kind of were cool. But, man, that's Florida. I mean, you got all types of stuff in Florida going on. The type of stuff that I dealt with in the hood of Florida, and this is in Naples. This ain't no West Palm Beach or Lake Worth or Boynton. This is in Naples. But we got hood, and hood is a hood in anywhere. That's what I tell people. Like, don't ever get it confused. Like, here in Millbrook, Alabama, this is a nice little small town. We got a hood, and I'm sure stuff goes on in that hood. A hood is a hood anywhere. It could be the night. Naples is a nice little town, and the hood's in Naples. A hood is a hood anywhere. And you got stuff. And the worst thing about Naples is that you got a mix of different people. You got Romanians, Salvadorians, Haitians, rednecks. It's just everybody. And everybody is on people from other states. They're on stuff too. Like, it's just a different type of stuff. You got to learn in Naples, you got to deal with everybody on that street. So that's one situation that I dealt with. What's another crazy ghetto story from Naples, baby? Oh, the time that this was before your time. What do you got? Throw one at me.
The people 3 doors down.
What were they doing? Which one?
The one where we had the street got shut down 5 times because of them.
Oh yeah, we used to have these white people that were on meth. That's what I'm telling you. Like, and you know what the sad thing is about all these racist white trailer park trash people? The sad thing is, I'm gonna read one comment before I go on. I ain't know Naples had hoods. I thought that's Haitians moved to Naples to leave the hood. Nah, you can't. You can take the hood. You can take a Haitian out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of a Haitian, bro. I know, and some Haitian people, bro. I got Haitian people in Naples. Not all Haitian people are like that. I went to this one Haitian lady's house. She lived in Golden Gate City. I went to work for her. And that house was immaculate. She had this glass. I'm talking like, the white shiny tile. She still had the sofa was inside the plastic. You know what I'm talking about? Immaculate clean house. And I did a job for her, and her house was immaculate. She had this glass thing with all these little shinies and French porcelain dolls. I'm talking immaculately clean Haitian people. I mean, but Haitian people are generally, if they're like Baptist or like, I worked with Haitians that were the most. I worked in a restaurant. One was Baptist, the other one was Methodist. We would talk about the Bible all day long because we were preparational cooks, and I was their assistant. I was they were my cooks, and I'm their pantry guy, so I worked for them basically. And I worked with these 2 Haitian guys, and they were the most upright. They didn't smoke. They didn't drink. They went to church. One was Baptist. The other one was Methodist. I'm talking on point. We used to talk about the Bible all the time. We would talk 20 or 30 minutes a day, maybe an hour or two a day, because we had a lot of we had dinner was like from 6 to 7:30. So we had to prep. After we prepped, we were there for an hour or two. We would just sit there and talk about the Bible. I mean, they would never curse, or these Haitians, they were upright, wholesome people, man. They took care of their families. They were hardworking. Their uniforms were folded perfectly clean. I'm talking the type of people that you wish you had for neighbors, you know. But them Haitians weren't the ones that were living on my street. So there's a lot of stuff I can't really talk about. But basically, back to the race, the lady that had the little racist situation. What happened with her was that I don't even blame her. I really don't. And I know that I'm standing up for a racist person, and she is racist. She hates Mexicans. She hates blacks. She is a racist redneck woman. But here's the thing. If you a white person and you got to live with Mexicans and black people, ain't nothing wrong with Mexican and black people. There's something wrong with you. Because you were born here, okay? You were born here. You speak English. You speak English. You were born here. You got your papers. You got your grandparents. You got your grandma. You got your mother. You got your uncle. You look white. You should be able to do something with your life. If you are a white American and you live in the hood with a bunch of blacks and Mexicans and whatever you want to call us, ain't nothing wrong with Mexicans and blacks. There's something wrong with you, because as a white person, you should be able to live in a gated community when the only black person you see is the guy at the gate that shakes your ID before you come in. True or false? I know everybody's disadvantaged. Katie comes from a disadvantaged family and a disadvantaged background, except for one person in her family, but he didn't break nobody off until he died. Not all white people are rich. I'm definitely not saying all white people are rich. But if you're a white person, this is your country. You're born here. You speak the language. You can't really complain about having to live in a bunch of trailer parks with a bunch of Mexicans, because these Mexicans live in a trailer park. Why do you live in a trailer park? You speak English. They're a bunch of illegals. They ain't got no papers. I'm like, yeah, you do. Why are you in the same situation they are? And that's the problem that I've dealt with living in a trailer park in Florida with the racist white people. How the crap? I'm the superior. You're superior? No, you ain't superior. Superior are the ones living on the beach and they got a $3 million house. That's the superior race. The superior people are on the beach in a $3 million house. They ain't in no trailer park. You got to get your crap together. And that's the one thing that just infuriated me about living in Florida, is living amongst poor white people. I lived around Haitians, Cubans, Mexicans, and black drug dealers. And when some moved into our store, to me like, Jose, find me some Cubans, find me some Mexicans. These were the landlords. Landlords would come up to me and say, Jose, find me some Cubans, find me some Mexicans. Because translate for me, I'll pay you, because I don't want no white people moving into these houses. They bring 3 or 4 dogs. Then they try to sue the landlord, because they always end up trying to sue somebody. Mexican people ain't trying to sue nobody. I had a landlord, Jose, I need some Mexicans up in here. I'm like, what do you want? Like, these white people, back to back, 3 times he got sued by the white people. They would move in, not pay the rent, and then they would try to sue the landlord. So the landlord would be like, bro, I need some Cubans. Find me some Mexicans. Find me some Guatemalans, bro. Because the Mexicans ain't going to sue them. The Mexicans ain't going to fall through the floor and say, I broke my leg because of the limit. They're not going to sue you. It turned out that, a lot of times, even the landlords, the white landlords, would try to find Cuban renters because we're gonna take care of their house. We ain't gonna have 20 dogs run up through there and destroy the place. You know what I mean? Uh, when we had like living on our street, the scariest thing about living in the hood, I've said this before on other live streams. The scariest thing about living in the hood is when the house next door to you or across the street's got that for sale sign, and you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what type of monster is gonna go live in that trailer. And if they're Spanish, you have a sigh of relief, you know, because they're gonna wake up in the morning. Oh, and here's the other thing about there was another Haitian guy that lives across the street from me. He woke up at what, 5:30 in the morning, and didn't get home till 6 at night. All he did was work. So there are some, like I said, there are some exceptionally good Haitian people in Florida. Ça passe na boule, você, that's Portuguese. Parece voler. Ain't nothing wrong with the ça passe people. Haitian. And a problem with my Haitian people. I love my Haitians, Haitians. Problem I got is with the pareces and the volets. If you know any Creole, lazy thieves. That's the ones you gotta watch out for. The volets and the pareces. Anyways, living in the hood, you gotta deal with all the worst of every type of person. From the rednecks that hate the Latinos even though they're miserable. Then you got the black guy. So this race, now I'm not even mad at this racist white lady, okay? I know she's racist, but I'm not even mad at her, okay? Not even mad at her because the black people that she went on a racist rant on are drug dealers. And when they moved in, we had stabbings, I don't even blame her. I wish somebody would tell them, get out of here. Because honestly, that is what they were and what they are. The lady had the audacity to tell the police, I don't want my children to be exposed to racism. That's what the police report says if you read on the news. But you ain't got a problem with your kids being exposed to all the meth and fentanyl you guys are selling out here? Oh, okay. So you're mad at the white lady because she exposed your little children to racism. Oh, okay. But you're not worried about them kids being exposed to crack and heroin and meth, are you? Oh, that doesn't worry you, huh? So a racist lady across the street, that's too much for your little children. Okay? But the meth and heroin you guys are selling, that's not a problem, is it? Because they're drug dealers. I ain't mad at the racist lady for flipping out on them. I know what she did because I seen her do it. She goes over and says, yeah, you stupid. Selling crack. Go back to full. Sitting here on my street. I'm sitting there, and we did a live stream this day. This ain't no lie. You guys know it's true. I did a live stream. 3 in the morning, I go outside. I see a black guy on a bicycle. At 3 in the morning, driving his bicycle to the gas station. So what is he doing? He's doing a drug deal. Well, that drug deal didn't really go down very smoothly. I guess he got stabbed or something. So he comes back bleeding, and I'm like, oh, there we go. Boom, we're on live. Let's go for a walk on my street. See what's going on. The cops come, ambulance comes. Oh, somebody got injured somehow. Okay, he got stabbed because he went to do a drug deal, and they stabbed him at the Circle K on Wiggins Pass Road, of all places. Okay. A normal day in the hood. I did a live stream. We showed the cops. We showed everything. That was a normal thing. Whenever they got a drug shipment in, there would be 50 people that would come into our street. 50 people. I didn't even know there was this many junkies in Naples. When I tell you that Naples is filled with junkies, there would literally be a day of the week when they got their shipment in or whatever, and you would see 50 people on bicycles with book bags, homeless. Oh, man. It was disturbing. We had 2 bicycles stolen. When the people moved into the street, we had 2 bicycles stolen, and they're still there, and they're drug dealers and all that. And I couldn't, I told Katie, that's the final step. When those drug dealers moved in, I talked to the cops. And I'm not with, I don't believe in just snitching on people. But I told the cops, I said, hey, come to Royal Cove Drive and see this, man. Never did anything. Of course they did it. Police never do anything. I don't believe in just like if somebody next door is doing something illegal. Like if you're growing marijuana next to my house, I could care less. I don't care what you do next door to my house, as long as you're not bothering me. But when they started to steal my bicycles, remember the one guy that was trying to, what was he trying to tell you? The one guy, he was trying to tell you that to pay him to mow the lawn or clean up some garbage or something.
Oh, that glass
The
then.
glass. Katie was outside working in the yard, and she had a junkie come up and try to ask her if she would pay him to clean up our yard. Man, I was sick and tired of it. I was just sick and tired of those drug dealers. So I ain't mad at the racist lady. I know what she told him. She said, "And go back to Fort Myers." I'm not mad at her. I'm really not. I felt the same way too. I'm sick and tired of it. Now, I would never say that to the black guy across the street, the Haitian guy. You know why? Because he wakes up at 5:30 in the morning and gets home at 6 o'clock at night. And on the weekends, he's playing with his granddaughter. Those are black people. Love them. Haitian people. Sapa se na boule. Haitien hermano. This is a real, it sucks. In the hood, you got to deal with racist people. You got drug dealers. You got all this garbage, man. It's horrible, man. Living in the hood is absolutely horrible. And everybody there is miserable for the most part. Not everybody.
And they want you to be miserable.
They want you to be miserable too. Then we had finally the last situation. We could go on for weeks telling you guys the stuff we dealt with living in that neighborhood. Um, One time, I mean, the SWAT team's been on that street 3 or 4 times. And my neighbor was, I was taking pictures. I had finally got a deal. We had already got the paperwork. We signed. We were ready to sell our house. I've had it. I told the kid, whatever they offer us, we're just going to take it. And that's when we got the offer for 107 for the house. And we were like, yeah, let's get the money and get out of this neighborhood. Like a week before we left, the guy, like 3 houses down, I had to fly my drone because the people wanted to see that the roof was new. So I flew a drone to take pictures of the roof of my house. So the drone's flying like 10 feet above my house. He comes outside screaming, and this Cuban guy that he thinks because he's been, I don't know, one of those Cuban guys that, they're worse than the rednecks, just arrogant, just over, he thinks he's a god, one of those arrogant, he comes out, starts screaming and cursing me out about the drone. DDs leave everywhere they are, but trailer parks, they don't care if it's an open drive-through trap spot. Hey, welcome, boys. Welcome on board. Thank you guys so much for being with us. Just telling stories about living in the hood in Florida. This guy, first, then you got people like this guy. He's not really about anything because he has a job, he has a company. He's not really, he's got a license for, he was threatening me with his weapon. He has a license for that weapon. He's not really going to, they're totally legitimate people. Like, he's not a gangster. Like, he's a working class person. He has a body shop in Naples. He's not a gangster. He's not really about that. Okay? So then he's trying to act like he's tough. And all I really got to do is tell my Haitians, hey, come here, Poppy. This guy's giving me some trouble. And them Haitians, I've lived next to them lived next to the Haitians for 10 years. We had our ups and downs, but, if I really, really got a problem, them Haitians are down to kill for somebody for me. You know what I mean? Because we lived next to each other for 10 years, and overall, they know I'm solid. I mean, like, after you live next to them Haitians for 10 years, they know you're down. Like, I had problems with the old man that owned the property. Me and him were really on some bad terms because we did some business, a lot of money, and that went in the wrong direction. It's just rat. It's just a rat person. No matter, like, I told him, I said, hey, bro, today we're making business for $10,000. Tomorrow could be 100,000. So don't screw me over on the little, No, a rat is a rat. It's gonna be a rat. It doesn't matter if it's $1 or $1,000. A rat's a rat. So we did some business, and he up, and he could have played fair, but he wanted to play dirty. So me and him were on bad terms. But recently, like right before I moved out of Florida, I told the kids we ain't cool no more because the old man and me, we had some serious, serious problems. So I told the kids, hey, we ain't cool no more, so don't think we're cool. because we got this problem with your old man, and I don't know if you're gonna be loyal to me or loyal to him. So no, I can't trust you. No, it wasn't like that. I paid him I paid him a lot of money to do something for me, and he did it. He did it, but he did it like he didn't give me what he's supposed to get me out of it. Yeah. So I told the young Haitian kids, which I've been cool with them since day one. I mean, we grew up together. Actually, I know the older Haitian, the real Haitian kids who were born in Haiti. I've only known them for like 10 years. Their brother, I've known him for 20 years. You know, we went to elementary, like middle school together. You know what I mean? Like day one. These kids are day one. You know, like not the ones that were born in Haiti, because some of them were born in Haiti. The one that was born in the United States, this kid's solid. I think he did 7 years for trafficking coke. And these are kids, and inside Florida, he was top ranking. He was in there, like everybody that came out of prison. Like at my street, it was 12 kids on my street that grew up my age. I just got on one to see Katie's haircut. Katie, show him her haircut, baby. Come here. We're talking about stories from the hood when we used to live in Florida. That's why we're here. Just tell them how horrible it is to live in the ghetto. Show him her haircut, baby. I did it. I mean, it's not as bad as she thinks. It's not that bad, really. It's not bad at all, really. It's not bad at all. Why are you looking like that? You look so sad. It's not that bad. You've gotten worse haircuts than this in Naples.
Yes.
You have. Honestly, you have got worse haircuts.
It's not that
It's not
bad.
bad at all.
It's just more than I wanted to have off my head.
That's fine, then.
Yeah.
Go away. Tell my hood stories.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright. I told her it wasn't that bad. I did it with a machete. What could go wrong? It's bad at all. It's not bad at all, Katie. Alright. So, anyways, I had a lot of problems. Let me just summarize this. I had a lot of problems with a lot of people. If every day that I stayed in Florida was this close to something going terribly wrong, every day that I stayed in Florida, one day, Katie and we sat down and we said, Katie, it doesn't matter how much we get for the house anymore. If I stay in Florida, I'm going to have to do something. And then, I'm not going to be able to see you for a long time. So it doesn't matter how much they offer us for the house. We just need to leave. Because if I had stayed in Florida around those people, they were envious. Because we did a quick come up. We went from nothing to having a house on the market for $110,000, $120,000 or something in a matter of like 4 years. They're just jealous. Like they can't stand seeing somebody young make a clean come up like that. Well, I'm glad you got out. Sometimes you just have to make changes for the best. Yeah. People don't understand it. Like people don't understand. My family understands. My dad told me, Jose, it doesn't matter what they offer you for the house. Take the money and get out of here. Because one of these people is going to hurt you or you're going to hurt them. And then you're going to be put away for a long time. Because they got serious. There's no reason to even get into the details of the situations that were pending there. But it wasn't that I'm a bad person. Because I leave the street and they're still, look at this, they're still doing that. The racist lady, you guys saw the news report. The lady got into an argument with the black people and she got arrested. It's never going to end on that street. Like a lot of people are like, oh, Jose, you're the problem because you have problems with everybody. Let me read some of these comments. Exactly. Haters, Jose, always want to see you down like them. Who was the haters? This Cuban guy that lived a few houses down, totally legit guy. He really wasn't a gangster. So I don't know why he's acting like a gangster because he's not. Like, he's got kids, he's got a business, He's got a license for his weapon. He's not a gangster, but he wanted to act like he was a gangster, like he was bad, and he isn't. You know what I mean? I mean, he's just an old guy with a bunch of kids, and he ain't a gangster, but he wants to. And he was giving me a hard time, cursing me out, disrespecting me. And the thing about me is, like, I'm a law-abiding person. I work. I'm a good person, but I grew up in that neighborhood. I grew up in that neighborhood. I grew up with the Haitians and the Mexicans, and you kind of, after doing so much in that neighborhood, so many different people, having so much respect on the street, I can't be there. Like here in Alabama, if somebody wants to fight me, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't know who you are. Keep it moving. But in that neighborhood where you grow up in, where everybody like the Haitians, this kid went in for like 7 years for trafficking coke, and when he's on the street, he gives me respect. Like if I was like 12, 11, 11 kids grew up on my street, my age. So forget about younger generation. Okay, they're all like doing good. My generation, my age, my age. We were 10, my age. Now there was other kids that came and went. I'm not talking about the ones that came and went. I'm not talking about those. Okay, I'm talking about the ones that were day one on that street, like me, from kindergarten, middle school, like day one kids on that street. Elementary school, middle school, high school. Like I'm not talking about the ones that move in and out. You have the ones that live on the street for 3 or 4 years, and then I'm talking like that were there from the start. My age, my generation. They went to school with me and all. 10 of us. One is in the Bloods. He did so much time that it's not even worth getting into. I don't know, all types of robberies. He's in the Blood gang. And he's white. It's hard to be white and in the Bloods, I would imagine, because it's mostly a old black gang. His brother, down the same path. Ray. Ray,
You shouldn't have mentioned his name.
okay. Everybody knows Ray from name. Ray.
Yeah.
His name Ray. Ray went and ended up. Ray ended up doing at least. I'm gonna guess he's gotta have at least 10 years down by now. Seven,
Yeah.
8 to 10 years, easy. He did robberies. He did lengthy criminal record. He's got tattoos right here on his face. He's got the clown face. He's got on his chest. He's got the smiley. He was. I don't know what gang. I'm not gonna mention what gangs he's affiliated with because I don't know what gangs he's with right now. I know he kind of like flip flopped a little bit. There's whites in the Bloods. He's definitely dangerous. Yeah, if he's a white boy in the Bloods, they don't really like to take too many white boys in the Bloods. And this kid was dangerous, very dangerous kid. He was the smallest kid around us, and you could kick him, you could fight him, beat him up, and he'd still want to fight some more. Like, bro, I just beat you up. You want to keep going? He just wouldn't give up. So that's one. And his brother, same path. Ray, I don't know what his affiliation is right now because he flip flopped a little bit. So I'm not going to talk about what gangs he's in, but he's definitely a member. He's definitely tattooed, and he probably. I think now he's trying to keep it straight, but back then I don't know what he was doing. Back then, but now I think now he's trying to straighten up his life, and I think he's got kids or something, trying to straighten it up. Probably,
He has at least one.
probably 10, it's 7, 8, 10 years. Who knows how many years he did? Then the Haitian kid, he did about 7 years. 2 times he did coke trafficking. Then there was one kid. He did some time, not a whole lot. Then there was another kid, same type of situation. I was the only one out of my group, those 10 kids that grew up on that street. I was the only one who did not get a criminal record. And I wasn't an angel. And I wasn't an angel, but I was very lucky. I was very, very lucky. When those kids that went to jail, went to prisons, come out of prison, when they come back to the neighborhood, they had to check in with me first. and and I put them on. Hey, you need some work, because I'm not trying to like. I was the type of guy that when they got out of prison, they come to me and say, "Hey, Jose, I need some work. All right, let's put you to dig a ditch. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's go cut some trees." I would put them back on their feet. Let's get you a rent. Let's get you back on your feet. You're living in the woods in a tent. All right, let's get you a little shelter. Let's get you a little bit of food. If you need food, come to me. Like those kids would come out of jail and they had nobody they could go to. They would come to me because I was the only one that survived out of that generation of kids on that street. I was the only one that survived, and they could come to me and here's here's a little bit of food, here's some fresh clothes. You're living out in the woods. Go in my shower real quick and take a shower real quick. You know what I mean? I did what I could to help them because I felt that I was really fortunate that even though I wasn't any better than them or any worse than them, that I never got caught up with the situation. Oh, another kid on my street, he wasn't really on our street like all the time, but he caught a case on our street. This kid did 6.5 years. 6.5 years for a robbery that he did not do. 6.5 years for a robbery that he did not do. They just picked, the cops came and they picked, he was from our street, so they got him. Boom, hooked in. 6.5 years for a robbery he didn't do. He went inside a prison with no tattoos. One day, I see this kid. I'm walking down my street. I'm trying not even to tear up right now. This kid wasn't bad at all. He wasn't an angel, but he wasn't bad, man. I see this guy covered in tattoos, man. Big, buff kid covered in tattoos, man. And yo, Jose, what's good, man? He gives me, I'm like, what's good? Who are you? He says, man, you don't know who I am? Took off his glasses, looked me in the eyes. Man, I'm this person. I was like, wow. And he says, you remember when this and this situation happened? I said, yeah, I remember that situation. 6.5 years. He didn't do it. But he took the shot and he never snitched. So the person that did the crime also grew up on our street. Another notorious criminal in Collier County. This guy's known in the whole county because he's from. Me and him were really cool as well. They had their people, and I had my people, and we came to an idea like, okay, you got your people, I got my people. We're not the same, but we're not gonna have issues. So we agreed that they could have their clique and we would have our clique, and we wouldn't have any beef because they're Mexicans and we had some Cubans and some people from Miami. We came to a treaty of some sort where, okay, we're not against each other, we're just kind of getting along. Well, this dude did this crime over here. My friend took the time for it and never snitched. So I guess when this kid goes back to prison on some other stuff, he tells everybody, hey, this kid, solid, never snitched. He took the charge and everything and ruined his life practically. Practically ruined his life. Came out of prison covered in tattoos with a record. They're never going to hire him in Florida. They might hire him here. Oh, no, not with no tattoos. I don't know. I don't know where he can get a decent job. But he didn't, we went through stuff in Florida. I don't even. Everybody that grew up with me in generation in Naples on that street, garbage. Everybody, their life was ruined. I was able to get myself out of there, man. Institutionalized, completely institutionalized. Somebody who, it could have been me, it could have been anybody it could have been any one of those kids. And then the ones that they should have arrested never got arrested. No. The ones that did a lot of stuff, I'm so glad I got out of that place. Don't let those palm trees fool you. It ain't all palm trees and beaches for everybody in Florida. The environment plays um, a part where you live, but the inside of your house plays a major part. Will like to live in the suburbs or semi-rural. He's got to start his own business. It's the only chance he's got. You couldn't be more clear now. I admire even more your humanity to start. Yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, like when people don't understand that, oh, why would you move out of Naples? There's palm trees and beaches. Bro, I ain't living in them palm trees and beaches. I'm living on a trailer park full of a bunch of thugs and criminals. And the ones that are working, they're probably worse than the criminals. At least the criminals don't envy me. I never felt envy. I never had somebody envy me on the street. It's the people that go to work every day. They're the ones that see you and they're like, oh, look at this guy. He doesn't work. He doesn't work. He doesn't work. I work. You know what I mean? They just can't accept. The hardest thing isn't even the criminals. Like, I've never had a problem with the criminals. We fought and we handled our problems when we were 7, 10, 12 years old. Maybe 15 or 16 for the last ones, Criminals, we handled our situations when we were little kids. When we see each other as adults, we already fought 1,000 times. We already know who can fight better. We already know who's got heart. Because that's the thing is heart. When you know what's in somebody's heart, you find that out at a young age. And me, I never had a problem with the criminals. They all respected me because since I was little, they knew my heart. They knew that I wasn't afraid of nothing and all that. I'm in Nashville right now, but Orlando is home. My wife and daughter is my everything. Yeah. So, the people that go to work every day, I didn't have a problem with the criminals for the most part, except for, now I'm an adult, I'm 30 years old, and some drug dealer from Fort Myers moves into my street. I'm not a gangster anymore. Like, if it's the old school people from my neighborhood, we could work anything out. You know what I mean? But now you got some drug dealer moving to Fort Myers. I don't know what type of gang affiliation they got, and they do have a gang affiliation. Well, I do know what it is, but it's irrelevant to me. I don't know nothing about these gangs. I'm an adult. I'm 30 years old. I'm gonna go fight now, and oh man, you know what I mean? Like, I'm an adult now. I'm not into that no more. But it's the people that go to work every day that really give me the most trouble. I grew up in the Michigan projects. I had enough of that. Nobody knows a man's heart, only God. No, but when I say know your heart, what that means is, Mr. Moreland, what that means, know your heart, what that means is like some people are cowards and some people are brave. So when we're little, we did so many stuff together. This kid's really brave, this kid's a coward, and I was probably the bravest out of all the kids. I didn't do the most time, I didn't have, the biggest crimes and all that, but, who's brave and who's a coward, you know what I mean? And you know who's brave, this guy's brave. Like, I did stuff, some of the kids out of time in prison, I did stuff with them on the streets where they're like, dude, you're nuts. I don't know if I tell you this story, then it's gonna sound like I'm bragging on. So let's not get into this story. But I did one thing with one kid. He was like, "Dude, you've lost your mind." I'm like, I ain't scared. You know what I mean? I played a prank on a police officer. We went to the corner store together one day, and I played a prank on the police officer and sat back and watched this cop go through this, and he was not happy about it. I pulled a prank on a police officer at the corner store. You can tell very early on. Yeah, so at a young age, like, everybody knew that I had heart. So, like, never had a problem with the criminals. If anything, the criminals all respected and admired me. The problem wasn't the criminals. The problem is the person that goes to work every day, and then they're upset because I'm over here making a YouTube video. You know what I mean? Oh, he makes a video. He makes money on the internet, and I have to go work every day. That bothers people, man. It bothers them to where they'll tell you. I'm talking to my neighbors. Oh, but you don't have to go work every day. You just make some YouTube videos. I'm like, So now you hate me because my life is easier than yours for some reason? Like, really? I'm telling you, I needed to get out of Florida. Um, there's a lot of people who've done the same thing. There's a YouTuber out of, I think he's in Boston now. His channel's called, I just ran into him recently. His channel's called End of Sentence. And he breaks down the whole, he was a gay member, went to prison and all that. So he has a YouTube channel. He's got like 180,000 subscribers or something, like a ridiculous amount of subscribers. And he moved out of Florida for the same reason I'm telling you. Like, he knows he's just, you can't go back to those neighborhoods. If you're from those places, they're never gonna, the people that are bad on the streets, they're always gonna think you're bad. So like, now you change up. Now you're trying to take care of your family. You're working. The criminals, they see you and they don't see me. They've been gone for 7 years. They come back and they see me like, oh, Jose, what's up, man? But no, bro, I'm not like that anymore. Like, they don't understand that. But when you have haters, you got to be doing something right, or else they wouldn't. Of course they would. Like I said, I related my story about how we got up out of nothing, basically. So, you know, overall, what it comes down to with that situation is you got people that, like, once you're in that situation, like in your own neighborhood, everybody knows you, and you get a little bit of money, you got to get out of there. The criminals, they're going to think you're always the same old Jose. They're always like the one that they were hiding inside my house when they were running from the cops. And when I asked them, why are you here? They're like, oh, because you're cool, man. Uh-huh. I respect you, Jose. You're hardworking, making your dreams happen. If people aren't paying their bills, they should have no, yeah, you ain't paying my bills. If you ain't paying my bills, how I live is none of your business. How I make a living. But then you got people that, they worry about how you living. You know, worry about how you living. If you are from a neighborhood and you get a come up and you change your life, you got to get out of there. Because if you stay there, it's gonna make your life miserable. And people, and it's not even the criminals. It's the person that has to go work at Walmart every day. And, you know, or the person that works. That's the one who is gonna bother. Because the criminal might be like, "Man, I'm glad you made it," because they've been through the struggle. I mean, you don't know how many people. Things are not the way you think. I have people that completely, what's the word you guys used earlier? Institutional. Like, man, give me a hug, Jose. I'm so glad. Look, you got your house, you got your wife. Don't ever mess that up, man. When you go in there, this is gonna happen to you, and this is how what's gonna happen when you don't want to go in there, man. Look, they did this to me. They cut me here. They cut me there, man. Look, they got cut right here and all that, and they threw me in a cage, and then all that stuff, man. They tell me all that. Look, we went through all that, Jose, and look, I come out. You know what those guys say about me, and they tell me you're an inspiration to us. Like, you know, like I come out and look at how you're doing, man. You got your business, you got your wife, you're staying out, you don't, staying out of trouble. You're working, you're helping other people. I'm an inspiration to those people. It ain't those people that are haters. It's the person that's been working for the same company for 20 years that has a problem with me doing better now. Why, instead of saying, man, look at Jose, he's doing better. I'm so happy he got out of the streets and he's doing better. No, no, it's not, oh, I'm glad you're doing better. That's not what it's about. It's, oh, look at him. He don't have to work now. Come on, man. And I work harder than anybody. I had to get out of Florida. That's not even. That's not even. I had to get out of Florida. It's not like if I stayed there in that environment, something was gonna go bad because it wasn't gonna, nothing good was gonna come out of that situation. Let me stay in Florida. You know, I got my dad there, I got my nephews, my nieces. I want to be with my family. Man, it's hard being up here away from my family. It's hard to be up in these woods here in Alabama. Hard to be up here away from my dad. My dad's 72 years old, man. I don't know how much more time my dad's got on this earth at his age. I want to be there with my family, but then people ain't gonna let me. They ain't gonna let me. I know myself, and I know that if I stay there in that situation with them people, just a matter of time before something went wrong. It's a miracle nothing went wrong. So there on that street, snitching with drug dealers and racist people, and I'm over here doing something different now. And when these people around here get out of hand, I'll sell this house and move somewhere else and have to deal with a whole different situation. Right. It's just that's the way it is. When you're poor, you gotta live in some bad places. Anyways, we had some real talk today. What time is it? 4 in the morning. Most people getting up to go to work. We just now going to sleep. I need to take a shower and get this hair off of me. This video, we're probably going to have to delete it again. Another live stream I have to delete. Can't leave this on the internet. So if you are watching these live streams, this is like a real conversation with a real person. When I delete these live streams, it's because they get a little crazy. Which is all right. I think it's okay also you're going to do something great. I appreciate it. Right now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Katie is going to go for her real estate license. Now, the class, it's like a $700 course. I'm going to pay for that already. That's not really the problem. The thing is, they don't tell you this. When you take the real estate course in Alabama, they don't tell you this. But there's actually a $2,000 fee from the state of Alabama. Nope. My phone's about to die anyways. There's a $2,000 fee from the state of Alabama. So it's going to cost us about $5,000 to get her real estate license. And I don't know if she's even going to make that much commission here in Alabama because this is Alabama. You know, you get it's kind of like if you're going to do it, you got to do it really hard. So we're going to see about that. After I saw the actual what it's really going to cost to do it, it's kind of like you really got to want to do it. So we're going to figure that out. We'll have to chat on that. And I'm going to ask you guys this in the future live streams. I can't keep deleting my live streams. There's some topics. We just got to kind of keep it neutral on a few things. These live streams get kind of crazy. But, yeah. I mean, I still see those comments. Oh, you know, you need to go back to Florida. And maybe in the future when I'm better off or something. But right now, I need to be away from all those hateful people. Going back to that situation. No, sir, no, sir, no, sir. It's a miracle I got out of their life. Like, quite literally.
And that's not to say we aren't going to go visit his family.
Yeah, I'm going to go visit my family. I'm just waiting. Really, I'm just waiting for some money to come through to do it. I'm just waiting for some money. It's been pretty slow. It's been really slow here. Work's been really, really slow. I guess because it's been cold. People just don't do anything when it's cold here. They kind of just turn hermits, understandably. So work's been kind of slow. So I'm just waiting for some money to come in so I can actually get down to Florida. And if I go to Florida, I kind of don't even want to go to South Florida. I want to do, like, start in Panama City Beach, go to Tallahassee. Maybe I'll make it as far as Tampa, and that's about it. I don't want to go. Do you want to go further south than Tampa? I don't.
And maybe have your sister bring dad.
Maybe just have my sister bring my dad up to Tampa and spend a few days in Tampa. I don't want to go any further south than Tampa. I really don't. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm tired as crap. I need to take a shower and go to sleep. And I think tomorrow I'm going to be cutting some trees. I got a video that I've been working on for a few days now, and I still haven't published it. Well, have a great night. Oh, Walton Boys, thank you so much. Walton Boys just did a 1999, baby. Thank you. Come here and say talk about them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the super chat. I guess I can't delete the live stream now, can I? If I delete the live stream, does that $20 go away? I don't know. Interesting. So the video was supposed to be about Katie's haircut. I gave her a haircut, and she gave me a haircut. because we're not trying to go into barbershops or we're avoiding public places. Now, we're not terrified. We're not paranoid or none of that. I don't even wear my mask to a lot of stores here because it's Alabama. I'm like, we walk in the stores here and there may not be nobody in the store. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now, my question is, I was going to delete this live stream. I guess now I can't delete it because if I delete the live stream, that goes away. I don't know. Salute to Walton Boys for your contributions. Thank you all for your contribution. In fact, we just did a video. Actually, there's going to be more from that. I'm going to upload it tonight. How about that? Before I go to sleep, I'm going to upload a small clip showing you guys the waterfall. I did a walk around of this creek and all that. I'll upload that tonight before I go to sleep. If I can find the file, I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
Okay, this haircut is growing on me.
It's not that bad.
I was scared of how...
She cried.
Yeah.
She like before I brought her onto the live stream.
Because you're like going around like this. I'm gonna give you a haircut.
Okay, so now you give me haircuts all the time. This is the first time I give you a haircut. Okay, so I always complain about how careless you are about my haircuts, and you tell me just to deal with it. How did it feel to get a haircut by me?
I had an anxiety attack.
You cried.
Yeah.
So when you give me a haircut in the future, can you be a little bit more considerate?
I'm always considerate.
Not to yourself.
To you.
To me.
Yeah.
I got hair all over me. So we gave each other haircuts. We saved $43. That's what her usual haircut cost. And $20 on me. So we just saved $60 today by giving each other haircuts.
Yeah.
And there's a thing sticking out there, but that's not a big deal. I'm gonna get beat up. I'm gonna get beat up on this live. I'm trying to stay on this live stream for as long as I can because I know it wasn't that. It's not that bad of a haircut. It's not that bad of a haircut.
I'm not mad, so you're safe.
But you did get a Karen haircut. That is like when you have like the longer thing on the side. That is like the official Karen haircut. You got the official Karen haircut.
Well, it's not as bad as the last haircut I had, so.
And this one was free. No, was it on $43? They charge a lot for a woman haircut.
I don't know what they. I thought it was like $20 last time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous for a woman's haircut. But my haircut wasn't that too bad. Anyways, we love you guys. Thank you guys so much for your support. That last trip that we went on to the waterfalls and all that, that was a donation. Somebody has set up an automatic donation, and that trip was specifically the money from that. So, we'll grab that $20 and maybe this weekend you want to go up to Tuscaloosa. She's been dying to. But look at this. It's 4 a.m. We'll wake up at 12. It's just we gotta look. What we do is we gotta look on our phone for a sunny day, and
plan it out.
We gotta plan it out. It has to be a sunny day. If it's a cloudy day, you can't really record good videos. Katie, when are you going to do your another cooking video? Yeah,
tomorrow.
Really?
I guess.
They want them cooking videos. She's got to get on them.
Yeah, I'll keep working on them.
I'm filling up her schedule with too much stuff.
Yeah.
So she needs to get back on cooking videos.
Yeah, like I want to plan things out with groceries and all that. Jose wants to do it day by day. If I plan it out, I'm gonna do the video. And it just doesn't work with the way he wants to do it. It doesn't work the way
So that when you're cooking videos.
Yeah. We have to plan it the way I have to set it up.
Yeah. So anyways, they want some cooking videos, so you got to push them.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I'm going to get some sleep. And thank you guys so much for your support. And your support really does go far. Like, what's keeping us at home now is that. I'm just waiting for a job to come through so I can get back into Florida. I can't really get back into Florida until, the money comes through. So, all right, y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. Thank you guys all much for sharing this with me. And keep in mind that those stories of the hood and all that, I'm obviously not an 18-year-old criminal. I am a grown adult trying to take care of my family.
No,
we're not going back to Florida. Love you guys. Thank you for your love and support. And Tuscaloosa's on Katie's list coming soon.
I also want to go to Memphis.
Memphis is kind of far.
It's a little far, and I want to go to
Gadsden and Anniston you've been talking about. Talladega. How's that?
It's on the way to Gadsden. And
we get carried away. Anyways, we'll let you guys go. I want to go to Panama City Beach. I'm thinking about that. Come on, click that button now.